right, so Taylor can't spell.
I can't.
Honorable mentions.
Okay.
Honorable mentions.
We have something of a time limit tonight, so I wanted to make sure we all had a
here yet,
chance.
so
Yeah.
Clanky's not going to be here.
No. I'm
Yeah.
explaining to the audience.
oh, okay,
We have those.
Yeah.
we do.
I wanted to make sure we had enough time to just dick around a little bit, just chat, shoot the shit, whatever. And Jordan is like, listen, punctuality is very important to me. And when you said 8:30, I'm like, no, I said 8:30, but I meant like we're gonna do honorable mentions at 8:30. You know, HBs.
And I'm like, then say that.
And Mick goes, I write the letters HB, and Mick goes, HBs, and I'm like, yeah, honorable mentions. And I don't think anything's wrong.
But something was clearly wrong.
Something was amiss.
Like it took me a minute to be like, oh right, mentions is not spelled with a B.
Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
I'm gonna try my best.
I'm
honorable mention impact.
God.
I'm gonna kill you, Graham.
It's not even fucking this. It's one of those jokes where, like, the change of the letter would change nothing about the joke. Like, you could also just say
Yes.
honorable mention impact.
That is you know, I kind of glazed over it, but that is a Graham joke if I've ever heard one. Honorable mention impact. Honorable mention impact.
Okay.
The more we say it, the less it'll lose its
Yeah.
value. So let's say
No.
Succession.
If I say it, no. They're only Graham jokes if they work in succession.
Yes, exactly.
But if you say them
I
too
don't even
close
watch
to each
Succession.
other.
All right, I'll write it down as a
Yeah, no.
placeholder because I
Alright.
haven't.
Jello sucks this year.
No, because I haven't had a Graham file since lactose, more like no toast.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I
Do you
actually
think
wrote
Jason
down that.
Bateman's a master of anything?
What was the one with the lamppost?
Oh God, I remember
There's
that
glue on
one.
this lamppost.
Wait, what?
There's glue on this lamppost, and meanwhile it was a signpost.
Yeah.
What? Wait, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
What is this
yeah.
joke?
There's glue on this lamp is number 8.
Because at purchase, we were walking, and like I saw sticking out of the ground a circular metallic object. Get your last out now. And it looked like there was glue on it. And me, if I was like, oh, there's a lamppost, like, oh, there's glue on this lamppost. And then it was like, no. Looked up, it's a sign. They were like, no, look up, it's a signpost. And I started running away.
The way you said that was almost Shatner-esque. There's glue on this lamppost.
It started running away.
Hey, Graham.
I feel like I'm even more lost now that I've had the explanation.
Oh yeah, that's the whole point.
The funny thing is, Mick, I'm pretty sure you were there.
I have no memory
Yeah.
of this.
Mhm.
Hey, Graham.
We're on our way back from Shazam.
Hey, Graham.
I'm gonna kill you. Now I actually am gonna kill you.
Oh, now we have a title. The Yearlies 2018. Mick kills Graham.
Yeah.
You know,
Also-
I prefer to eat my lunch in Whiterun.
We should probably
Oh
start.
yeah, solitude.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Alright.
It was
Alright.
worth it for the Graham jokes, but now it's
Okay.
the time.
All right,
Yeah.
2018. Oh yeah, I should real quick. The 2018 Yearlies are
Wait, did you-
sponsored by.
Did you intro?
Yeah.
Your mic cut
It
out.
didn't pick up any of
That's
that.
the point. That's the point.
That's
Hello
so
and
good.
welcome to Graham's avocado dildo. Wait, it was
What?
wasabi.
It was wasabi. Anyway, hello,
It
welcome
was
to the Yearlies.
wasabi, you cockhead.
Listen, they're both
Avocado.
green.
The 2018 Yearlies are sponsored by Prilosec. I bet you're wondering why Jordan isn't coughing if half as fucking much as he usually does. Take Prilosec.
That
All
is
right.
true. That
It
is
is
in
true.
fact true.
Yeah.
For those listening at home, Clanky is running late, so he may not get to his honorable mentions. So you're
Right.
for all those people who only join us for Clanky.
Yes, exactly. All Clanky's groupies.
This
I'm
episode
so
is brought to you
sorry.
by Prilosec. Prilosec, it's green, you cockhead.
Okay, I'm
Prilosec.
pretty
The good
sure
people at
Prilosec
Prilosec
is
are
not
not
green.
green. 2018. This is the 2018 Yearlies. This is the point where we do how our 2018 was, as well as honorable mentions. Who wants to go first?
I can go.
This
Christian,
episode
go.
is brought to you by dildos. Dildos, go fuck yourself.
It never gets old.
Nobody sponsors this episode. Christian, go.
All right, so I'm going to time myself. Hold on. No longer than 4 minutes, let's say.
Yes, thank you.
Go.
Yes, brevity is our friend tonight.
2018
Graham,
was a...
you need to turn off your cam. I'm not going to be able to concentrate.
The Graham Cam.
Okay, I will now start.
All right. Well, while Christian is starting his timer, I would just like to thank our sponsor, Divorce Papers.
That one last time.
Oh, well,
It's even
yeah.
funnier the
sponsorship
second
doesn't
time.
Doesn't
It's
just
even
happen
funnier
once.
the second time.
You know,
That's what I said when I got my divorce papers the second time.
Christian, for the love of God, start.
when the
2018...
good sponsor comes
Shut
back.
up! 2018 was a bad year. I think what was really indicative of 2018 for me was the year started, and the first thing that happened to me was I got the flu and almost died. And then everything else about 2018 was very, like, indicative of that. However, I have one memory of 2018 that was really, really good. I remember taking an Ocean City vacation trip with some people, and
Jersey or Maryland?
Maryland.
Ooh, very nice. I like it.
And we were sitting on the beach in the middle of the night. There were storm clouds over the sea. There was, like, no one else around. And we were just sitting there, all, like, 10 of us, talking about our problems in life. And it's like, you know, I just sat there and I was like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. And that was a very formative moment for me, I think. Was that moment sitting on the beach at night with the cold sand in my hands. Was a very formative moment. I think I think 2018 being bad was the reason why I didn't really play any fucking games this year. Like I played like nothing if that I can recall until like except for maybe like some things on the bracket. Yeah, actually like 2 of these on the bracket I did end up playing that year. But I didn't really play many games in 2018. But 2018 was a very important year for one form of media. 2018 was the year that I officially got into non-video game music. And it was the year where I first heard Two Door Cinema Club, What You Know, and I was like, I'm already in. I'm in now. So that was the song that got me into music now. And now, you know, many years later, I'm making top 25 songs of the year lists. So I'd like to think that this was a success. Now, honorable mentions.
Thank you. What?
It's on the bracket. It's on his compromises.
Yeah, everyone likes to
It's all in capitals.
talk about Poos. Because it's a very fun mouse maze game kind of game. I think it's actually really, really good. Don't play it if you're epileptic, you will die. But it's a really fun, funny lol cat game. I put Super Mario Party on the list because I think people give it a bad rap. I think Super Mario Party, the biggest problem with Super Mario Party is that it needs more random bullshit in it to make it more fun. I think the amount of stages is fine. I just wish there was more stupid, dumb, idiot bullshit in the stages.
4 stages is not enough.
I think it's enough, personally.
I would say I would take quantity over quality, and the stages are not nearly good enough to justify only 4.
Well, yeah,
that's kind of my thing. They're not all that good.
They look like they were made in a level editor.
Here's my thing about Super Mario Party. Super Mario Party is good, but it was good at a time when Mario Party was bad for so long that as soon as they made the latest Mario Party, what is it, All Stars?
Superstars.
Mario Party Superstars. They sorry, Jordan's crying.
Of laughter tears, don't worry.
I was just no, the newer Mario Party was so good that like it's like, oh yeah, actually that Mario Party wasn't as good as we all think. But like I would replay it. I just like, now that there's 2 Mario Parties on Switch, which one are you gonna go to? And you're gonna go to the better one.
I mean, you're gonna play to the one.
Of course,
you're gonna play the one with older levels.
Yeah, exactly.
The series was good.
But I do think Super Mario Party gets a bad rap. I don't think it's bad. I think
Yeah,
it's
no, I
pretty
don't think
good.
it's bad.
I
I think it's a little uncooked.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good game. General Jousting, I think everyone here except for maybe Jordan would prefer if I
Can you
didn't talk
skip
about this
General
one. And then
I'll admit it. It's great.
yeah, it's great. It's a great game. And Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, just played it this year. Was my attempted intro at a fighting game. I like Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. I want to try again with a different fighting game.
Yeah, like one of the problems with trying to get into it is that, you know, it's been out for some years. It's a solved game.
Yeah, like maybe it would be better if I just went to Guilty Gear Strive, you know, like honestly.
Guilty Gear Strive is also pretty close to being a solved game as well.
Yeah. Anyway, that's everything I have to say, and I was only 51 seconds over. So there you go.
Oh, a record. Okay, who's next?
Jordan, would you like to choose?
Someone.
Oh, don't me choose someone?
I'll go.
Oh yeah, Mick. I was gonna choose Mick anyway, actually.
Cool. All right. The less said about my 2018, the better. And so I'll just go straight into my honorable mentions. Because I honestly don't like the recap of what you're doing this year bit anyway.
Ooh, spice.
Can I just say for the record, when I started this, I just meant for like our relationship with games that year. I never meant for it to be like this personal deep dive into our years. I'm glad people.
I'm gonna personally keep doing it, but I would not.
Yeah,
No,
I would
do
not
it.
say all y'all if you
No,
want.
keep doing it. It just was never my intention.
Yeah, I would
okay,
never force it upon anyone else.
No.
Anyway, yeah. So my honorable mentions: Monster Hunter World.
Oh,
Sorry,
What?
I'm not
Is
laughing
that-
at Monster Hunter.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was like, don't tell me that's also.
yeah,
on here.
just in the background, Jordan and I are still laughing about puss.
Okay, got it. Cool. Anyway,
I'm a child.
Monster Hunter World was my first step into the Monster Hunter franchise. I took one step in. I was like, I like this water, and that's enough of this water. And so I took my toes out and left. By which I mean I played through the main storyline. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm done with the game. And then my Monster Hunter friends were all like, no, you have to keep playing. I'm like, why? Why would I do that? Well, so you can grind for more gear. Why would I want that? So you can hunt more monsters. Why would I want to do that? So you can get better gear. And I was just like, nah, I've had my Monster Hunter fill. I've hunted the monsters. I'm done. I don't want to hunt them again. They'll get harder. I'm like, I don't want them to be harder. I don't like the game enough to justify that.
Yeah, I'm actually not a big Monster Hunter guy myself. For all the reasons you said, but also just the combat's very stiff.
Yeah, no. That's actually the main reason I didn't like it. Like, it's just not super fun to play. And the things I did like about it, the gameplay elements I did like are like were like really minor things that only showed up in a few areas. My friends were like, "Hey, when the next one comes out, when Strive is thinking Monster Hunter Strive,
Rise.
Monster Hunter Strive.
Rise.
Guilty Gear Rise.
Yeah,
And Monster Hunter Strive.
I was like, yeah, I might play it. And then I found out that they brought all the things from the classic Monster Hunter franchise back in that game that they had removed for World to make it more acceptable to a broader audience. And I'm like, wow, you brought everything back that I didn't want in the game. Cool, not my taste. Anyway, then Totally Accurate Battlegrounds. That's the Battle Royale made with the Totally Accurate Battle Simulator engine. And I am really good at it for no reason.
Hell
I've
yeah.
played quite a lot of the game. It's one of my most played games on Steam.
Oh.
It's one of the only battle royales I've ever really gotten into, and it's so stupid. But what's going on? You know what? I'll just close up on Jalopy. Jalopy is a great game. It's an indie game with the premise of you're going on a road trip in a Soviet-made car.
Oh
Good
my.
luck. The car will break down if you look at it funny.
Oh,
What
that
you're
was
saying is in
2018.
Soviet Russia, car drives you. That's the
I'm not gonna
exact kind of reception.
I'm not going to dignify that
Well,
with a response.
It's been a good run, everybody.
The fucking Looney Tunes circle closes in on the fucking...
Good run.
It's Morbin time.
Jordan, you better edit that out.
Oh god, I will. You know I will. Well, either Taylor or Graham.
Taylor, go.
Graham, go.
Taylor, go.
Graham, go.
Donkey.
Taylor, go.
I'll go. So my 2018. I graduated from college in 2018. That's a pretty fucking big deal. Didn't play a ton of video games as per the theme of these. But I mean, look, 2018, 2019 was when I really solidified the group of friends that I wanted to keep hanging out with, and then this was when we started doing more Du Bois things, and I started basically driving from New Jersey to hang out with y'all, which I do not regret for 1 second. And yeah, more of that, and not a hell of a lot else happened in 2018. Just finished things off, started a new job. It was all right, and then yeah.
Glad you got us your safety for group of friends.
You're more than safe.
Graham?
One of you needs to go now.
Taylor, go.
2018 sucks. Moving on. Valkyria Chronicles 4 did not make it onto this bracket, and I'm upset. Because Valkyria Chronicles is really, really good. But Valkyria Chronicles 4 may be the weakest of the localized Valkyria Chronicles, to be fair. So it's okay if we talk about it later. This one's just Valkyria Chronicles, but with the number 4 at the end. And that's enough for me. I'll go more into what makes Valkyria Chronicles... Well, I hope I make it... It ends up in one of these, because I haven't looked at what games come out what years, but real-time strategy, shooty, really fun.
Real time? I thought it was turn-based.
Right. It's both, right? Wait.
Is it sort of like an active battle type system?
You select your character and then you move them actively.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say I could have sworn it was like a grid-based, turn-based thing, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say everything incorrectly today, because that's just the headspace I'm in today.
I'm gonna say some things incorrectly as well, but on purpose.
I'm gonna say some things correctly.
The Messenger came out in 2018. This game is a solid 2D side-scroller that takes a really fun twist a couple of hours in. It's got a very good sense of humor. It's got one of my favorite shopkeepers in any game, because at any time you can just ask him to tell you a story, and he'll tell you a really, really long, overly complicated story that's really good.
I'm looking for the Swordmaster of Melee Island.
That's that kind of idea, but like for 30 minutes, not for 30 minutes, but the messengers are a lot of fun. I was thinking about putting vouching to put Spyro Reignited, but I scrapped it because I didn't think there was a lot of value in talking about it, since it is a remake and we talked about Crash already. But then a remake made it onto this bracket anyways, so we'll get to that.
Furious.
Yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah.
Bloodstained Curse of the Moon came out in 2018, and that was a game that I actively played twice in a row because I liked it that much. It's modern 2D Castlevania, and it's better than those NES games. It just is. Really solid, really good pixel art, good boss fights, good game. I played this one recently, Return of the Obra Dinn. I was just listening the other day to you guys tell me how much I hate Lucas Pope, when all I did was comment on his mustache. And let me just once again say, I do like Lucas Pope. I just don't like Papers, Please. Return of the Obra Dinn is a much better experience for me. Mick especially, I would like for you to play it. I really would be curious about your reaction to it.
Yeah. I have been... the weird thing is that even though I haven't played the game yet, so many people have occasionally tapped me for help with puzzles in it.
Yeah, me.
No, but other people have as well. It's weird.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the less I say about Obra Dinn, the better. But it's it's a game that really does make you feel like a detective, and it executes its ideas like 90% perfectly, which is a good number. Guacamelee 2 came out. Guacamelee 2 is Guacamelee 1, but Guacamelee 2, much like Valkyria
okay.
Chronicles 4 is Valkyria Chronicles with a 4 at the end. That being said, Guacamelee 2 is great. I don't know which one is better, but you guys heard me talk about Guacamelee already.
Yeah.
So if you like Guacamelee 1, you'll like Guacamelee 2.
Okay.
And then finally, Yoku's Island Express, where you are a bug mail delivery bug and you play pinball. And it's a Metroidvania pinball game.
It looks really cute, honestly.
It is really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Yoku is adorable.
I've been interested in the game for a little while.
And
now
Graham
Graham
doesn't
won.
have any, clearly.
Metroid 18 was pretty good.
All right, well, see you, everybody.
Nice.
We had fun.
Now you know I wanted to go last. But no, yeah, I made more friends. I just had a good time. I'm at college. Yeah. In terms of games, I played. Well, honorable mentions. I have to say, Into the Breach is a very, very fun tactical mech game.
I'm gonna play that soon.
Yeah, it's very, very good. It's a somewhat roguelike tactical mech game where you fight giant bugs. It's just a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. Super Mario Party, kind of already said everything I say about the Mario Party. It's Mario Party. It's fun with friends. What else do you need?
Graham's copy of Super Mario Party is on my Switch still. That's how my Switch registers me as having played it.
Oh. I was thinking like, no, I still have my cartridge. What are you talking about? State of Decay 2. Just a nice solid. Are you still laughing at Puss?
No, I'm not actually.
Okay.
If he was, he would tell me.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a zombie survival simulator. It's fun.
I hate most of those words, but
Have
I'm
some
glad
fun.
you enjoy it.
What?
Zombie.
Survival and simulator.
It's not. It's hard to explain. It's not scary. It's just. Well, moving on. We don't have time.
Pubage.
Yes, we're playing Pubage.
Poos.
Yeah. We already had this joke, and then Taylor didn't know what. Anyway.
Taylor knows everything, okay? Taylor knows everything about everything.
That's not what I
except
heard.
sex.
Yeah.
And spelling.
And spelling.
And most other things.
And object permanence. But anyway.
Have you guys seen Gigan's mom?
Round 1.
Yes, thank you. Getting into the first bracket of the Game of the Year, Yearlies 2018, presented by Prilosec. And anyway, okay.
Actually, I'd like to take this time to also thank our next sponsor, Red Apron, from When Cactus Arcade's Bits Die.
No.
Hey, anyone here from Cactus Arcade? That's a wacky coincidence.
We're sorry. We're so sorry.
What's that?
Okay.
Sounds like a terrible way to play an arcade.
Right.
Ow.
Okay.
My
So,
hands.
getting into it, our first matchup, and it's a big one, is Sonic Roboblast 2 Kart, which is a Christian pick, versus Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a Graham pick.
Hey, can I start?
Yes,
Mhm.
Graham, you certainly can
All right,
start.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the greatest games ever
Let
made.
me start.
It's gonna lose, and it's gonna be so funny.
I'm starting the timer now, okay?
Okay. All right. Well,
My name is John Marston. Okay.
This is a game where pretty much every single aspect of it is, in my opinion, perfect. You can ignore the online because the game also does. But just in the gameplay, like this, we didn't say all these funny things like haha, this really makes you feel like a cowboy. This does. It creates such a unique blend of story and gameplay in how you're interacting with these group of outlaws. Each so often you'll just be walking around camp. There'll be separate little things involving them, and then to just see all the strings that are keeping them together being plucked away one by one over this slow course of the death of the West. And that's not even getting into the story of Arthur Morgan, who is probably one of the best video game protagonists of all time. The way you interact with him and how he interacts with the others, where you can sort of guide how he is with certain people. You can decide what kind of man like you want Arthur to be. You can play dress up with him. You can start a family. The writing in this game is some of... I can't really put into words like how this game moved me and affected me. This has pretty much everything I would want out of any story ever, which those of you who know me should like. I do. How much do people care about spoilers for Red Dead 2?
I will care a lot.
Okay.
I care.
I'm not going to say anything, but the ending to this game is perfect in a way that few things rarely are. The game itself is also very fun. It is fun to just be a rowdy cowboy, shooting up saloons, robbing trains, driving trains around the map, and having the police chase you because you're stealing a train.
Whoa.
You can't do that in a lot of other games.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, in Red Dead
Sonic.
1, right?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe not actually. As the only other person here, I guess, who's beaten this, can I say a couple things?
Yeah.
Graham, I will mostly back you up. The story in this game is really good, and I think it gets better the longer it is. I really like a lot of the crewmates in the camp. I like Lenny. I like is it Jose? Hosea. Sorry, it's been a bit of a long time. I like those elements of it a lot. I also think the first game is better.
Hard disagree.
It's okay because I understand why everyone likes this more, because they go all in on all of the things from the first game. But to me, the thing that keeps me from enjoying this as much is I think this game is too immersive. And by that I mean I think this game is slow. And I think it's slow on purpose so you can admire those horse testicles. But sometimes I feel like it forces you to engage with its world more than you should have to.
Okay.
I still think it's really good. I just prefer the pace of the first one a little bit better. But I'm with you about the story, and I'm with you about most things you said.
Let's
fair.
see.
Let's watch Sonic Robo Blast win this.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Sonic Robo Blast Kart or 2 Kart.
May I talk about Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart since I
Well, you put it
on
up, so yeah.
Yeah. I'll time myself for 2 minutes 30 seconds. Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart, and I welcome help, of course, from Clanky and Mick if they would like to offer any assistance at any point.
And the remaining minute after that.
So, Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is one of the best kart racers ever made. It is a kart racer involving not only just Sonic characters, but the extended Sega universe. You can play as characters from Persona, characters from Yakuza. You play as Ooh La La from fucking Space Channel 9, was it?
What?
Yeah, you can play as all these different characters, and you have these amazing stage designs from Sonic, the Daytona Raceway, all sorts of different wonderful places you can race, and the game feels incredible. I like Mario Kart more as a game, but I might like how Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart plays more than how Mario Kart plays.
I don't. I'm totally on the Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
Yeah.
Like I think it's by far and away way more fun to play than Mario Kart is.
And it's with fair
Mario Kart, to be fair.
with totally fair point, because Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is amazing. Clanky, you're gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I don't necessarily agree with Mick, but I will say that Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is the only kart racer I've played that's ever rivaled Mario Kart in its quality.
Yeah, it is literally
Play.
Trash Nitro Kart.
If you're gonna say Crash Nitro Kart, I'm sorry, Taylor. I'm not the biggest fan of that game.
Well,
Neither am
I actually wasn't, but now that you bring it up,
I have a
But
lot
anyway,
of nostalgia for that game, so I'd honestly be inclined to. I personally prefer Crash Nitro Kart to Mario Kart, but that's more because I have.
Anyway, Sonic Robo
That's
Blast
what
2
you-
start.
This wasn't a transition into Crash Nitro Kart. I'm just saying, listen, there aren't. Everyone likes to believe Mario Kart is the only good kart racer, and that's not true. Most of them are bad. And if this game is good, I haven't played it. If it's a good kart racer, that's great. But if you have to go find a fan game to play a good kart racer, then that's sad.
Well, that's sad on the kart racing scene, not on Sonic Robo Blast 2 kart scene, which uses the Doom engine, yet somehow still manages to play like a dream. And
Yeah, so actually, fun fact, it's a mod of Sonic Robo Blast 2, which itself is a mod of Doom. It's weird.
Yeah. I'll shut up because I'm just out of time, but one last thing I'll say is you can play as a Flicky, and that's all I really need to say.
Oh my god. What would the Timberman want with being a Flicky?
And that's discounting, I mean, I know we haven't really been talking about mods, but Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is exemplified from its modding community as well. Only
But
because,
isn't the game a mod?
I mean, yes, but I mean, it's hard to explain, because I would say that Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is the base game, but people make characters for Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. People make stages for the game, too, which includes a lot of Mario Kart courses, which includes, I've seen, other kart racers get ported to this. I think there's a Sonic R course that someone made for this game. It's just...
You're trying to praise the game.
I am.
But the Sonic R course is good!
Sonic R course good!
Exactly!
Does that give it its praises?
Can I also say, not to mention the fact that it's actually really, it's really easy to add stuff to. Kyle has created not one, but 2 custom characters for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which are amazing custom characters, and you can play as wonderful things.
One of them is the ring monitor from Sonic, and the other was a gift for Christian.
Yeah.
Mick, question for you.
Yes.
Because you're the one I'm unsure of here.
Yeah.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart better than Red Dead Redemption 2?
I guess we'll have to wait for the vote.
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait for the vote.
Yeah.
I mean, we're past the 8 minutes, so should we get to the vote, or is there any other?
Let's vote.
We should probably. Okay, I have to decide an order. I probably should do that. Okay. Our order is going to be, for the first one, is going to be Clanky, Graham, Taylor, Christian, Mick. Clanky, you go first.
SRB2K.
Okay. Graham.
Red, 2.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, I still like Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe I'll play Robo Blast 2 Kart one day, but I haven't played it, so.
2-1. Christian, well.
SRB2K!
And this is why I had Mick go last.
Yeah, thanks for this.
I understand why Clanky and Christian have to vote for it.
I think even if I played Red Dead.
I'd still prefer SRB.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone want to try to say something to sway me?
I'll do my best.
The great times we've had playing SRB2K together.
I'm going to say the opposite, Mick. I remember times that you came to me about all these times you worked your ass off to try to beat time trials, and then Clanky, Kyle, and Christian just fucking trounce you, and you feel terrible.
Mick, you made
also,
memes.
we had fun doing the races together.
You guys
and no one can discount you playing as the silly tank.
Mick
The
made
makers of my name's John Marston.
Mick made memes about the time trials, and they were the greatest memes.
They were really good.
They were so good.
All right, Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
Yes!
Okay.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh.
And I made that decision based on the fact that Clanky and Christian tried to tell me tried to talk about it's like, hey, don't you love this for some reason? And Taylor said, don't you hate it? Rather than trying to talk up Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow.
Well, my Wi-Fi cut out. I wasn't able to argue for Red Dead.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Graham.
Oh no. Well, it's okay.
Mick,
Both games are going to
that'll
have
do
their
well.
shots.
Mick, that's playing to your dynamic, though. This bracket is not going to go the way anyone wants it to, by the way.
No, it's not.
Except for me.
It's going great for me so far.
No, no. Just listen. I'm going
It's
to start
about
this
to
next
not go
one
great
with a
for me.
question.
Okay, next round. Okay. So, next round is my wild card pick, which is A Way Out by Joseph Fares, against something called Amagus. I don't know. Must be a Greek game or something.
Abacus.
It's Among Us.
I have a question.
Bernie, you're looking
All
pretty
right.
sus right now.
I have a question.
Hang on a minute. I need to say it would be a Roman game because the U.S.
Yeah.
ending is Latin, not Greek. If it was
Okay,
Greek,
thank
it
you.
would be
Okay.
among os.
So, thank you for rectifying my bad punchline that only Mick got. Taylor, I assume you're going to go first once I start, right?
I want to know. This has been
just
on my
started.
mind all month. Is this the day where I learn that even though 4 of us have put 100 or so hours into Among Us, that secretly that all of you hate it now?
I don't hate it.
I don't
No?
hate it.
I just like a way out more.
I think
Okay.
I
Joseph.
you know, I don't hate the game.
Okay.
I think there are better role reveal games.
I agree with that.
Alright.
That's not to say that
Alright,
Among Us is bad.
All right. So, I think I've made. I don't know how clear I've made this, but I'm not a multiplayer guy. I don't enjoy playing games that don't end. I don't enjoy playing games with people. But Among Us is like, hey, do you want an infinite murder mystery generator with colorful chibi figures, and you do simple iPad apps the whole time? Like, you know what? I kind of do, actually, which is uncommon for me. And I think what really made me want to play this was seeing on YouTube the idea of like, oh, we're all going to be quiet while we go around trying to solve this mystery. But when someone dies and we all get together, we all have to like, we're all on a witness stand, and we all have to actually immerse ourselves in this game and talk to each other and listen to each other's testimonies and find clues. And just the concept of that, the first time you do that, it's a really, really great feeling. It's like, to me, it was beyond anything I had personally ever experienced before.
Wow.
It was immensely gratifying, to the point that like I don't know, Clanky and I are kind of friends because of Among Us.
Yeah.
I made a ton of friends through Among Us that I still
Clanky
keep
and
in
I are
touch
friends
with.
because of Sonic Robo Blast 2 card.
It's true. It's
And
true.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart 1. So,
The friend rule.
yeah.
Can someone? Sorry.
And I hate space, but I love Among Us. So,
Oh yeah, you do. I remember that.
yeah. I haven't played A Way Out personally, but I would not be too upset if it wins because I love Joseph Fares and everything he does, and I think A Way Out is one of the most brilliant ideas. I feel like it invented a new standard for the co-op genre. So it's hard to be too upset, but I want to make sure we all remember our roots, how much everybody here except for Graham loves Among Us.
I like Among Us. It's just
You just don't like playing it with us.
Oh.
no.
I
It's
can't
just,
say I blame
I have
you.
my own reasons.
Does everyone know what happens in A Way Out?
No.
Pretty much, yeah.
Christian said no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Does
can't lie.
anyone care if I say the thing that happens?
Christian
in the
cares. Christian
Christian
cares.
cares?
Trust
Like,
me.
okay,
Okay.
so I'm half lying. I kind of have an idea of what happens, but I
Then
don't.
don't tell him.
I don't want
The
the
thing
details.
that happens is the Oscars get fucked.
Yeah, I don't want the details spoiled for me.
Graphically.
Okay, so it's the
Yes,
only
thank
thing that I know about A Way Out, and I think it's very cool, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
But listen, talking about the end of A Way Out, like the rest of the game didn't happen, is like underselling it because
Yeah.
That's all I know about it.
when I first saw A Way Out, I'm like, oh wow, I don't usually play games with people, but what an interesting idea for something that I kind of want to do, and then never did.
It's
Mick, you're the only one here I think who's played it actually.
really okay. Well, in that case, I kind of assumed everyone else here had played it. So
Yeah, no, we all know it, and it's weird that I haven't, but unless
Yeah.
Graham has played it.
No.
No. Yeah, weirdly enough, Mick is the only one who's played it.
In which case, yeah. So A Way Out is a game in which, you know, I mean, you guys all know the game.
It's
Yeah,
Shawshank
Prison Break.
until it's not.
Yeah. You know, the premise is you and a guy you and a friend have to break out of prison together.
You have to find a way out.
Yes.
Thank you.
But that's only a portion of the game. The rest of it is the rest of it gets increasingly like
Wacky?
not wacky.
No, not
But-
wacky. No, I know the whole game. I don't know why I'm guessing here.
Yeah.
It turns
But
into a
like
he-who
it's
game.
like it's more than just like, hey, you escape from prison and then the end. No, like there's a whole story. Like there's a whole story there,
Yeah.
and it has this odd. The game has this odd quality where it feels like a movie that was made a while ago, but like not. You know how like a movie that was made in the 70s is when it was made, it takes place in present day, as opposed to a movie that was made now and takes place in the 70s.
Yeah.
A Way Out, despite being made now, feels like it was made in the 70s to take place in the 70s.
Wow.
It's a really strange way of describing it. It feels like it was made.
It's a mesh of ideas in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was more talking about like the setting. Like the setting is clearly sometime in like, I don't know, the 70s, the 60s. It's sometime around then, but it never draws attention to that. It's not like, hey, it's the 70s. Woo! You know, here's a bunch of 70s references.
Boogie. Disco.
Sometimes you'll play as one character and a cutscene is happening for the other character, so you can play while the cutscene's happening. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I think, A Way Out.
And there's so many mini games. Like me and Kyle spend so long playing Connect 4 in the hospital.
No, I will never forget the time I was streaming Nier Automata, and Mick and Kyle bust into the call, like they kicked the door down, and we're like, everyone,
Hey, you guys want to see something cool?
we're playing Connect 4, and we stopped for like 30 minutes and watched them play Connect 4.
The talking dog at the shell shack
about
is
that.
singing.
And it's like an 8-hour game. So, but Mick, if you like the mini games in A Way Out, I cannot wait for you to play the.
Yes,
only
no,
version
yeah.
of that
Yeah, I know,
that is
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I may not have played A Way Out, but I have played It Takes Two, and we'll
Yeah.
get to that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we'll
Believe
get
me.
to, we'll get
Does
to.
anyone-
It's not a sex game.
It's not a sex game.
It is not a sex game.
Before we vote, does anyone else want to say things about Among Us? Because I feel like I've
I
undersold
want to
it.
play Among Us with you guys. I just haven't gotten to it because
Well-
I have a MacBook and Steam doesn't work on my MacBook.
You're a lucky duck because you can get it on your phone for free. And
That is true.
But it's phone things.
I will say, from someone who's played it on mobile, it's fine. I don't understand the negative stigma towards mobile
Well-
games. I think that Among Us works just fine on mobile, and
That's
it's
not
free.
what they're complaining about. They're complaining about the fact that when you're playing on mobile, you're probably not playing with your actual friends. So you have to play with randos, and don't play
I
Among Us with
understand.
randos.
I understand.
Among Us is the only game that I managed to like come back to weekly with my friends for like the course of almost a year, and
Yeah,
we had a good time for most of that.
Yeah, Among Us
Oh.
is a very fun game, despite the fact that some of us, cough, and me, take it a little too seriously sometimes.
That's my impression of Clanky playing Among Us.
I make noises, I say things that I'm not necessarily proud of, but at the end of the day, I can at least say that I have fun with my friends with Among Us.
Sus.
You know what? Kill me. Go on, kill me. You won't. You fucking won't.
I remember the time I was betrayed by Christian because I thought he wasn't the imposter, but he was.
Haha, take that.
Actually, do we want to put a link to Clanky's stream collection
my God, it was
of
so
when we
good.
played Among Us?
It was
if anyone
so
wanted
good. I loved it. I've
we
watched it
certainly
like
can
10
try.
times.
That you're the reason it got over 100 views.
Yay! I helped. No, genuinely, it's so good.
Pretty good. Give it
Well,
a
you
shot.
can thank everyone and Christian for editing it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
not Graham because Graham wasn't there.
I really didn't do much, to be fair.
it's okay.
Clanky,
you were
you
funny.
were part of the greatest bit.
Yeah,
You were
Um,
funny.
you were the one who went. Oh,
I think it's Spacey and Clanky.
no, it's very funny because I was editing the Taylor played Frog Fractions thing, and a line from that Among Us playthrough repeated in my head, which could have applied to Taylor in that, which was all you had to do was go down.
All these two chuckleheads have to do is go down! Oh, man.
Do we want to
all
vote?
right.
Anyway, we should probably
All you
vote.
Yeah, this was a fun conversation, though. I feel like
It
this was a
was.
generally positive vibes conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. We didn't have to argue against each other. They're both great.
Huzzah! Okay. I said Clanky goes first in this floor, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay,
Um,
then you go first.
The only reason I'm voting the way I am is because I haven't played A Way Out, so I have to vote for Among Us.
Among Us gets one, so that brings us to I know the order. I'm a professional. Graham.
Come back to me.
Okay. Taylor.
I'm with Clanky's mentality. I'm not positive I would like A Way Out more than Among Us because I've played such a better Joseph Ferris game, but I know I would like it. But I've put over 100 hours into Among Us, and I'm not tired.
Yeah. Christian.
I will be voting for A Way Out.
Ooh.
Yep.
Mick.
See, he hates Among Us. Told you.
I don't hate Among Us.
He hates it and hates us. That's what I've learned.
Nick.
Well, if you say so.
I'm voting for A Way Out because I despise Among Us.
All right.
A little dog too.
Okay. All right,
You didn't make
Skexy
that
from
one.
You know
fucking.
what? If he was gonna bash it, I'm glad he did it that way.
Okay.
No, no, I've got nothing against Among Us. I just think A Way Out is just like a better game.
Okay.
I get it.
Fine. And we're back to Graham.
Rampelstiltskin.
Never call him that again.
Something like that.
What is the?
It's tied. You're the tiebreaker.
Do you want us to sway you or leave you alone?
Among Us in real life. Sus.
Us. Sus.
Okay.
In
Okay.
real life.
Graham, remember all the
I'm-
good times you had
Yes, who
opening and
can you
closing those
trust?
doors?
Among Us. Among Us.
Oh,
Okay.
Among Us wins, which means
Freaking
once
go.
again my wild card doesn't make
Well,
the
like it was so close, Jordan. It was so close.
It's okay. I don't
Jordan,
feel as
I
bad
was
about
gonna
it anymore.
start this bracket by saying, "Can we give Jordan a fucking break?" But then I
No.
realized I wasn't positive.
No,
Among
if
Us
we
was
give me a
going to
break,
win.
then it won't be as funny. So
I'm not positive Among Us is even gonna get past the next round. Honestly,
it's okay. It's okay. I am with the joke at this point. It's okay. All right.
And that's the
Jordan,
best place to
the
be.
killing
Just make
joke.
the joke. Just like enjoy the fact that things are going poorly, like me and Pokemon.
Yeah, or like you and Alan Wake.
Well,
you
enjoy
and
that.
Ratchet and
Never
Clank.
mind. So the next bracket is Kirby Star Allies, which is a Christian pick, versus Wandersong, which is a Clanky pick. I'm gonna say it like that for the rest of the fucking night. Who wants to go first?
Would I?
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. So Wandersong is an adventure game where you play as the bard of the story, and you have to go around singing to people and making their day better.
God.
So, shush, let me explain. So, you wake up at the beginning of the game. I'm assuming nobody has played Wandersong before.
I
right?
heard about it very recently, and from the one pitch I heard, I'm very curious.
Okay,
I
so,
hear that this game meshes genres a lot, and like at some point becomes a life sim.
well, yeah, we'll talk. So, I don't want to. I guess I don't want to spoil too much because the appeal of this game is the fact that like when you start a new chapter, you really don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, of course, you know like the general like gameplay and like the fact that you sing and use that to solve problems and like puzzles and stuff, but you never really know like exactly what it's going to do. For example, I'm not going to spoil any of the later levels, but I do want to talk about some of the earlier levels if that's all right with everyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, there's one of the earlier levels where you have to go to a different island, and you get to that island by sailing with a bunch of pirates. And the fun thing about it is when you're sailing with those pirates, you actually have to control the ship, and you have to find the islands that you have to go to, and that's done in that section and really nowhere else. And it does a really like you'd think that constantly changing the way you travel and the way you move and everything would be like a detriment to the game, but no, because everything, and I mean everything, is tied back to the fact that you're a bard singing. For example, when you're moving the ship around, you have to sing in order to move the ship. You know, you move the right stick up to sing a high note, you move it down to sing a low note, and, you know, so on and so forth. And, you know, there's a lot of charm that comes with that, too. The best way to describe Wandersong's, like, plot and everything and its story is it's very similar and feel-good. It's very feel-good and almost kind of reminds me if, like, not to throw any shade, but if, like, Steven Universe was good.
Wait, what was that statement?
I think
Taylor
that
doesn't
Steven
like
I think if you take all the filler out of Steven Universe, it's a good show, but with all the filler, it's kind of dreadful to watch.
Wow. Clanky doesn't
Yeah.
like Steven Universe. That's
No.
the plot
I
twist.
do like. Listen, I do like Steven Universe.
Clanky
I just hate the.
Buy
I just hate the filler.
Universe.
Anyway,
I
video
hate it.
games.
Can't stand it. That stupid crystal gem. Anyway, so I'll be quick. Wandersong is a game that I feel like everybody should play. Even if you're someone who doesn't necessarily like music and singing, which how dare you, I think that Wandersong still has something to offer you and still is just genuinely one of the most heartwarming experiences I've ever had in my life. The story, oh my god, the story pulls at your heartstrings, but the problem is that I can't talk about any of it without spoiling it. So,
Okay.
when you guys play Wandersong, please come to me. I want to talk to people about this game. I love it so much.
And it sounds like a very Clanky
It'll be a
concept
few
for
years,
game,
but
too.
I will.
Yeah.
And considering what I know about Kirby Star Allies, it's got a good shot today.
Spicy.
I'm gonna give myself let's say 1 minute
Christian,
30
give yourself
seconds.
what you need.
Let's say 1 minute 30.
Okay.
I fucking hate Kirby Star Allies. This game fucking sucks. No, I don't hate Kirby Star Allies.
Kirby, Christian,
I-
you promised
I-
it would be nice.
I have said in the past that this game is mediocre. It has a lot of great things about it, especially with the free DLC that came out. And I think there are a lot of things to love about Kirby Star Allies. I think as a multiplayer experience, it is a phenomenal time with 4 people being able to switch between all sorts of these different... one of the best parts of the game I consider to be is actually the fan service of the game. That being, there are like 18 different fucking... Not 18, but like 12 to 14 different new characters that are all from previous Kirby games. And, you know, we talked about in the past how Mario doesn't even remember the last game he's in. And then you look at HAL Labs, and they're adding in fucking Gooey from Kirby's Dream Land 2 and 3, games that are bad. And it's like...
Hang on, Christian, are you saying... Well, Christian, but isn't that a good thing that they're acknowledging their past that extensively?
Yes, I'm pointing that out as a good thing. That's
Okay,
it's
I couldn't tell
amazing
that
that
was
they...
a good thing or a bad thing.
It's amazing that they went back even to their lesser games and took in these characters. It's truly remarkable. The final boss is fucking incredible. Oh, it is so good. And overall, the game can be described as fun. Now, if only it wasn't going up against Wandersong, then I wouldn't have
That's
to
gonna get
vote
too much
against
credit.
my
If
own
only it wasn't
entry.
in this bracket. We already talked about Robobot. Here's my thing with Star Allies. I've recently become a much bigger Kirby fan, and I have no interest in playing Star Allies because Star Allies has unappealing level design and unappealing collectible hiding.
Where'd you
And-
hear this from?
What?
Where'd you-
From what
where'd you hear this
I've
from?
seen and from a couple of reviews I saw,
Okay.
it just seems like a lesser experience than the Return to Dreamland trilogy, which I think mastered Kirby in the sense of how well they hid secrets and made you feel so much more engaged with the level. But I've seen like Star Allies, and like the collectibles don't even matter all that much.
The collectibles are cute, little. They are solely for aesthetic purposes, kind of like how they are in Triple Deluxe and Robobot, like the keychains and the.
No, but the thing is, those games also had like those collectible gears. That had a little more, that there was more weight to collecting them.
Yeah, that's why you find the switches in Kirby Star Allies. So you find the switches to find extra worlds.
Hang on a minute, I'm confused. Christian, do you like this game or not?
I like this game. When I said this game fucking sucks at the beginning of the rant, that was me joking. I like this game.
Oh,
I
took
like
you
this.
seriously.
I like this game. I think it's.
I thought it was another Dark Moon kind of.
I think it's a perfectly fine game that I would vote over like half the things in this bracket. Like,
Oh, okay.
you know, but
except
not.
the very thing it's going up against.
Yeah, not Wandersong, but like
Okay.
half
Gotcha.
the other things I would
Now I
probably
understand
vote
what
it
the hell
over
you're
it.
talking about.
Yeah.
I will say, going back to collectibles, Wandersong has collectible dances.
Dude.
And you have to find, I forget his name, but he's like the dance master, and he's always like, "Hey there, traveler."
Dude,
Hang
this
on,
is.
Frankie.
I love him.
Are they optional or are they mandatory?
Oh, no, they're optional, and oh man, you can walk when you're doing the dance, and some of the dances, you just want them to smile.
Dude, this matchup, Clanky, you brought a tank to a slap fight.
I'm honestly shocked because I really didn't think I thought me and Spacey, because I played this game with Spacey. I think that I thought we were the only two to exist that knew
The
this
messenger
game.
had to die so Kirby Star Allies could get on.
Oh, that's why you're bitter about it. Okay, now it makes sense.
That's not the only reason. But
Kirby
it's
Star
a reason.
Allies, I think, is very mid. I'm just gonna say it.
You
I
played
think
it? So
Kirby's-
you did play it, so I mean, I understand.
I've played it, and I've played it with my brother Robert too. We did the co-op together, and I just like every time we played it for like 10 minutes, and we're like, "You want to just do something else?"
Yeah.
And we did.
I think there was more for me to appreciate in it, being a longtime Kirby fan.
I was gonna say, yeah, as a Kirby fan, seeing like
Goombay
Deroche
or
from
whoever.
Squeak Squad and Marks from Superstar and
Marks?
Alan Ribbon from 64, all as playable characters, like if I was like a super fan of Kirby, my heart would be full. So I understand where you're coming from with that. It's just as for someone who's just like likes Kirby, there's not really much in Star Allies.
I care more about interesting locations and levels than more playable characters. For me, I don't like having a ton of playable characters because I like to stick to my own favorites, so it's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we all know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And we're out of time anyway. So,
Yeah.
Shall we get to the vote?
Yes.
Nah, let's just stick around for a little longer.
That's all I do
Honorable
now.
mentions.
Kirby Star Allies is the fucking worst game!
No, Christian, I tried to like Kirby Star Allies.
I tried!
Clanky, go.
I'm voting for Wandersong.
I figured.
No, but it would have been so funny.
If you're going for Star
Because
Allies.
I voted for Star Allies.
It would have been so funny, dude.
Graham.
I haven't heard of Wandersong before today, but I'm voting for it.
Oh, fascinating. Taylor, right?
I can't believe Clanky hates Steven Universe.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I hate
just think
Steven
that
Universe.
I think there's way too much filler for its own good. And when you release episodes like, oh, here's 5 episodes, see you in a year, like I can't. I couldn't get into it.
I feel like I've uncorked something I shouldn't have.
I can talk
voting
about
for-
Steven Universe for ages. but I
Clanky, I'm
won't.
gonna put the cork back in the bottle. I'm voting for Wandersong.
I can talk about it for ages, but I'm not going to.
Christian.
As the person who clearly likes Kirby Star Allies the most out of everyone here, the instant that I saw that Kirby Star Allies was going up against Wandersong, it was a no fucking brainer. Wandersong for sure. That game looks fucking incredible.
Mick, do I hear 5?
Christian, you made Kirby Star Allies sound great. I'm voting for that. It seems fun.
4 to
I'm
1.
joking. I just think it's funny.
Were you at least
I
not
heard-
lying in the first bit?
No, there was no genuinity in that statement. I
No,
heard the
there
lie from a mile away.
Alright.
Oh yeah. I'm still voting for it because it doesn't matter.
No, give
4 to 1.
Wandersong the sweep. It'll look nice on the bracket.
Nah.
I don't
Okay.
appreciate the pity votes.
4 to 1 Wandersong. Wandersong. We move on now. Okay. These are both Graham picks, right?
Maybe, but Taylor
Yeah.
needs to start.
Actually, I would like to start if that's okay.
Well, hold on.
Okay, let me
I'm
announce the
starting.
fucking
Hold
games
on.
first.
Hold
No,
on.
I need to preface this.
Hold on.
I'm not.
Hold on.
I'm not-
I need to preface it as well. Hold on.
Actually,
This is the equivalent of. Have you seen that like image of Robert Downey Jr. getting an award? Is like I want to thank my wife for telling me, oh, someone else probably gets an award, so don't prepare a speech.
Yeah.
I do not think this to get on the list. I just kind of put it on. Like, hey, a remake came out. I need some things to fill out my honorable
Okay,
mentions.
cool. Can
Why
you
don't I
take it
put
off then?
Really quick, though, I have to announce the picks because,
It's his
So I can
job.
yeah.
true.
This one is Pillars of Eternity Deadfire versus Shadow of the Colossus, and they are both Graham picks. And now that I've said that, I will actually start the timer so you can go on. Okay.
Graham, do you want to disqualify Shadow of the Colossus then? Because
No,
it should
because-
be on this bracket. It's not a 2018 game.
It is a 2018
Okay,
game.
A disc
It
was
It's not a
made.
2018 game.
It's a
It came
2018
out in
game.
disc-
2018.
A disc was made with this game on it. It came out in 2018.
Okay,
That
so
counts.
then here is your goal, Graham. You need
Yes.
to convince me why Shadow of the Colossus is a great remake.
Yes, that is
Not
exactly
why
it.
it's a great game, why it's a great remake that has value being on this bracket. Because this probably means we can't have it for 2005.
You can talk about what makes this as a remake specifically. Like, what are the features of this remake? What are the features of this?
Updated visuals. They changed the controls so that way it's easier to control in the original.
Nick, go.
The game controlled great. I don't know what did it need.
I wouldn't know. Like for some reason, like I could like when I tried to play it, like via the what you call it, like PS, whatever. The controls were like inverted or like some reason.
I haven't played the original PS2.
Weird.
I've only played the remaster, not the remake, the remaster on PS3.
Yeah.
And I thought first off, I thought the game was beautiful. So when I heard that they were remaking it, I'm like, really? This game? It already looks beautiful. What do you need to do more to it?
And he said that before the Last of Us remake happened.
Graham, I'd like to bring up something.
Yeah.
That's not in your favor. For Shadow of the Colossus, at least. I don't know which one you intend to vote for, but I've listened to both soundtracks between the original Shadow of the Colossus and the remake, And the original Shadow of the Colossus songs actually do sound better than the remake.
I never heard any difference.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I felt like there was the percussion was way too fucking loud, so you couldn't hear anything that was happening. And I don't know. It was a change that was in a lot of my favorite Shadow of the Colossus songs. It was changes that I didn't want. So that's my piece, honestly, on the Shadow, because I haven't played the original or the remake. So
yeah. Anyway, I think we all know pretty much of what we need to know about Shadow of the Colossus. Let's move on to Pillar 2 Deadfire.
Yeah, that's the more intriguing one here.
Yeah. Okay, so
Valkyria Chronicles 4 lost to this.
Yeah, probably for the better. Pillar 2 Deadfire is
nice.
Fuck.
Look, I very rarely get to be mean. Let me be mean.
I'll allow this
That's
meanness.
reasonable.
Yeah.
But no, hang on. We can't say that. We're not the one he's being mean to.
I've been had mean to plenty of times.
So Pillar 2 Deadfire is
a mouthful.
The latest game CRPG made by Obsidian. It's a set in their own set like your own universe, same one as you're playing as your character from the first game. Except the main goal of this game is a god who was thought to be dead woke up beneath the place where you lived and started walking in a giant stone statue made up of calcified souls. He took a part of your soul, and if you get too far away from him, you die. So you have to kind of go. A, you have to try to get your soul back. B, you have to find out why he came back from the dead, what he wants to do with his giant stone body, and whether or not you should let him do what he wants to do with his giant stone body. It has a very similar system, I feel, to one of Obsidian's previous games that was on this list, Fallout New Vegas, where a lot of the story is, in the later half, is you trying to build up reputation with different factions, which, like in New Vegas, there's no clear-cut, this is the best faction to go with. You could side with the natives of the Deadfire Archipelago. They have like the natural right to the land, but they also have some very not great caste system that you can delve into and get more of. You have two different merchant factions, one of which is just make as much money as possible. The other is more trying to convert the culture of the archipelago to their own. And then you have two separate pirate factions. Pirates who believe in complete freedom for everybody, and then the pirate faction equivalent of Caesar Legion, which is like pirates, but also they dabble in slavery, so maybe they're not great.
Hey Graham.
Yes.
How's the game play?
It's a CRPG, real time with pause. You give orders, pause. It's not based on any other like role playing system, like its own separate thing basically for this game.
Grant, just quick question: does it do anything groundbreaking in terms of CRPGs? Like, is there any like new mechanics? I'm not really saying there needs to be because there aren't.
There aren't new mechanics. There is ship fighting, but you do ship combat through a visual novel, so it's not really the best part of the game.
Hang on.
We were gonna make a really hard case that this is an Assassin's Creed 4.
What?
So basically, when you do ship combat, it's almost like when you're having like a conversation. You're just selecting basically dialogue options.
Okay.
It's not the greatest. There are sea shanties specifically for your
This
crew.
is Assassin's Creed 4.
It's not Assassin's Creed 4. It's Assassin's Creed 4, but they were strip out the ship stuff, and it's all a visual novel. Like that is so not Assassin's Creed 4.
I would love to play an Assassin's Creed visual novel.
Oh Jesus Christ!
You know what? I think it might. I'm almost certain it's got to exist somewhere. They had to have made something like that.
When you find a unexplored island, you get to name it.
Graham Island.
Okay, that sold me on the game. Like before, I was having trouble following like everything that was going on with this game,
Yeah.
but like now I want to play it.
By the way, Graham,
Now
I just
that
want to
it's
clarify.
No
When I was
Man's
when I was asking the question about like does it do anything like new and interesting mechanically, that wasn't necessarily like that was actually just me being curious rather than me like trying to interrogate it, because like there aren't enough CRPGs coming out now to justify like all that much innovation, because it's just like, listen, we made one, just be happy for that.
Yeah.
For me, Graham, the reason I asked was just because you could tell me all the lore of this game all you want, but if I don't know what the game is already, I'm not. It's going to be difficult for me to get immersed.
But yeah, the companions are also a lot of fun. One of them is like your friend from the first game. Another is Laura Bailey speaking in a southern accent.
Yay!
Another is a sniper in a fantasy setting, which is fun. There's the thing with the like, I can't really like elevator pitch the companions to you, because you really have to kind of like get to know them to like really understand. Like there isn't like a super wacky like, oh, this is like
This is a
blah, blah, blah.
dog with a brain inside of a canister. You know.
Yeah.
This is
You know,
this is a super mutant. He's big and green, and he quotes Shakespeare. You know.
Yeah.
Forsooth.
You know what else has a sniper in a fantasy setting? Valkyria Chronicles.
But it's not on this list, is it?
All right. Any last comments need to be made about either of these games, because we have past the 8 minutes.
I'm ready to vote.
Okay, then let's get to the vote. Clanky, you're up first.
Oh shit. I guess
Hold on,
I'm...
1 second. Can I ask why this game for my honorable mentions was chosen?
It was
Because
the
you
first
I
one.
didn't use it.
Because Graham, you're supposed to rank them in descending
I've
order.
never done that. You've never told me that.
Oh, well, now you know.
So, does this game play like Diablo 2?
No. Have you played one of the original Fallouts?
No.
Okay. Have you played
The game that I've played that's most similar to this is probably Halo Wars, if I had to guess.
No, because that's
No.
an RTS. Have you played? No, you haven't played the Divinity games. Have you played Pathfinder Kingmaker?
Baldur's Gate.
The original Baldur's Gate, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've ever played a game like this before, so I think I have to give it to Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, cool. Graham.
Pillars of Deadfire.
Okay. Taylor.
I don't know, man. Can I just vote for Puss?
It's not that simple.
All right.
Can I just say, if Taylor votes for Puss, I'll also vote for Puss.
They're gonna start a coup.
Can we? I'll do it. I don't care.
What is Puss?
You missed Poos.
Was that an honorable
Can we
mention
change?
game?
Can we right now change Shadow of the Colossus to Puss?
That's not fair to Graham.
I don't
No,
think
you
Graham
can.
cares.
It's too late. The tournament's already started. We can't really change it.
We can do whatever we want. We're gods.
I can't.
Well,
I can inspect
I-
element on the HTML, but
I voted for Shadow of the Colossus, not Puss.
Okay, fine. You'll still lose because I think me, Christian, and Taylor are voting for Puss.
did I say I was voting for Poos?
No, but surely it's one of your honorable mentions, so surely you want it to win.
I don't think I want to start a coup tonight. Not yet. Maybe in 2019.
Oh
but...
come on! This is like the least. This is the least intense coup ever. Graham. I don't think Graham would be that bothered.
No, I wouldn't be that bothered.
Nah,
Like I said, it wasn't my choice for this to be on here to
Yeah,
begin
Graham,
with.
Graham didn't know how this worked.
I'm not.
Shadow of the Colossus should never have gotten on this bracket.
I'm not here to start a coup tonight. But Taylor, are you voting for Poos?
What?
Can I?
Sure, you can vote for Poos.
Then yes, I vote for Puss.
Okay. So Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire might be... I have not a single brain cell exists in my head where I am interested in Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire.
Wait, hang
But
on.
Shadow of the Colossus is...
Wait, hang
let
on.
me finish. Shadow of the Colossus is, in all respect to the people who worked on it, one of the most unnecessary remakes ever made. And it it really has no reason to exist, and adds basically nothing. And since it is nothing, I will defend its right to be on this bracket till the end of time. I will defend its right to be here, but I am going to vote against it, and I'm going to go for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire.
Okay.
So it's 2-2-1.
Yes. Which would Jordan? You're the tiebreaker. Who wins? Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire or Puce?
What? Mick actually threw in a vote for the thing that isn't even in this.
Yeah, of course I did. I made that very clear.
Jordan, Jordan, this is great because all the times we're always saying your choices don't matter. Here's your chance to prove them all wrong.
I don't know how this is gonna work.
If you vote for Shadow of the Colossus, it's a 3-way tie.
Change my vote.
What? Clanky, you cannot change your vote.
I can't. Okay.
Nah,
Why, are
sadly.
we gonna change it to the thing?
He was
that
probably
wasn't
gonna change it to Pillar or which
I
one?
would have just changed it to pillars so we don't have to have this discussion.
Yeah, that's what I
anymore.
want him to do, honestly.
I mean, Christian, that's the only thing you're gonna let happen, anyways, right? Because you refuse to let Puss get on here.
Well, I will allow this.
I thought this was a democracy.
I will allow this. I just don't know how I'm going to do it if Puss wins.
What's going
Just
on?
replace Shadows with Puss.
I'm not
serious.
Shadow with Puss. Shadow has to go to the losers bracket.
No, Shadows dies and Pillars.
No,
goes
it has to go to the
bracket.
losers bracket like every other entry on
No.
the list.
Whenever Shadow of the Colossus comes up, we treat it as Puss.
If you guys want to do that,
Yep. Okay. I'm cool with that.
then we're cool with
Fine.
that. All right.
Fine.
All right.
Only 3 of us voted. This is the first time in Yearly's history where only 3 people voted. And Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire moves on, and Shadow of the Colossus is going to go down to the losers bracket.
And by Shadow of the Colossus, we mean Puss.
I mean Shadow of the Colossus. Y'all can mean Puss.
Okay.
I don't understand.
So, look, it's interesting. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely interesting.
I don't even know what puss is.
Did you have epilepsy?
Don't, but I don't. Why are we talking about pussy? I don't get it.
No, there's a
We're
game
not talking
called
about
Puss.
Pussy. We're talking
There's
about
a
Puss.
game called Puss?
Yes.
Who the fuck named that game?
Puss! Exclamation point.
So if you
Go
flip
on,
the exclamation point over, it says Pussy. You play as a cat and you go through a maze and you fight weird vaporwave abominations.
This game looks like something I would whip up in Game Maker in 2015.
It's a lot of fun. It was the first
It
one
looks
in my
way
honorable
better,
mentions.
like than that probably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't be a puss hater, okay?
Oh, that is not what I wanted to look up. Oh god, that's nasty. Don't look up puss on YouTube. It's not what you're thinking.
Oh.
Don't be a puss hater.
How does this game look? Oh, dude, this reminds me of. Do you guys remember that game? What was it called?
Maze game?
Internet Meme Run or something?
Oh, Meme Run. Yeah, it's a little like that, except less cringe.
I mean, here's my thing. I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about Puss. All I know is that
Clearly.
listen. I'm a coup guy. I like coups. Okay, you know, I see a coup. I'm like, yeah, let's go for it.
Even if it's not a successful coup, we must do the coup anyway.
care.
Successful.
Oh.
Because, like, Pussycat. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason.
It's all clicking. It's all making sense now.
Graham, I apologize. You putting Shadow of the Colossus on here was the best decision anyone could have made.
It
I
all
knew
works
was gonna
out.
be the puss.
It all
Yeah,
works
see?
out.
Everything I do is a stroke of genius.
Everything I
Exactly.
do.
In the future, Graham, when you do honorable mentions, you do the highest priorities first.
I know that now.
Yeah, because we're
Okay.
not going to just choose
Because,
randomly.
In my opinion, our honorable mentions to me means that they're all basically ranked the same.
Oh, if they're all ranked the same, then it shouldn't matter
Oh
to you,
my
right?
God.
Anyway,
Yeah, except this time was Shadow of the Colossus.
yeah, this time I
I'll
guess
be
it
honest,
matters.
Graham.
I've recovered, I think.
Pews.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is a Clanky pick, versus Hitman 2, which is most certainly a Mick pick. Who wants to start?
I'll start.
Okay,
Okay.
Taylor. 3, 2, 1, go for it.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate should be the best Smash game, but it's not.
That's a bald-faced lie.
It is technically the best, but opinion-wise, I agree. I don't think it's the best Smash.
I love this game. Don't get me wrong. I think it is the ultimate fan service game. It is the epitome of collaboration. It is a great Smash engine. It has so much to offer when you play with friends. But if you're like me, and you like playing Smash Brothers by yourself, then this game isn't going to last you very long.
Well, why don't you just play Smash by yourself?
Because
a
I
lot.
like playing Smash by myself.
There's a lot
That's
of
your
merits.
problem and not the game's problem.
That's not fair. Smash always had great single-player offerings. So, like, say what you will about Smash for Wii U. That shit has content.
It also
All right, I like Smash Ultimate. World of Light isn't all that amazing, and Classic Mode is not as replayable as previous Classic Modes because it's set for each character. Fortunately, there are a lot of characters, so you can get mileage. But outside of that, there's just not that much to do. And I'm just approaching it from that mentality because we're about to sing Smash Ultimate's praises. Rightfully so. I'll probably vote for it. But I gotta tell you, I was so hyped for every single mode from past Smash games to get in here alongside the roster. They could have done it. Cowards. I want board the platforms back.
hype is a
Would I
killer.
be able to go now?
Yeah.
So, I think that Smash Ultimate is, as the name implies, the ultimate Smash Brothers. I think, I think the roster speaks for itself, right? There's, over 90 characters, or just shy of 90 characters? Either way, the idea of saying 90 characters, a little more or a little less, are in this game is staggering. This game is, in my opinion, the best love letter to video games that the Smash Brothers series has ever done. And that's really, honestly, sheerly from the amount of, content in this game. Taylor was saying that there's not a lot of single-player offering. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Worlds of Light is great. I think that the Adventure Mode in Brawl and Melee is better than Worlds of Light. But I think it's better than Smash 4's, which didn't have one. And I think that the Master and Crazy Orders are definitely pretty cool, but in my opinion, the Spirit Battles kind of do that job as well, where you only get the Spirit as the reward. I really enjoy the fact that if a character you didn't like, or excuse me, a character that you did like didn't make it into the game, and they're a Nintendo character, you're almost guaranteed that there is a spirit battle that evokes the spirit of that character. And I think that even though some of them are a little bit weird and, not necessarily, I'll say it, fun battles, for the most part, I would say that I enjoy most of the spirit battles, and whenever I'm able to say, oh, I get that they're referencing this from this game because of what character they chose and what moves they're using and what items are on the field or whatever.
It's
just goes a long
dad
way.
Because he doesn't call you.
Literally as fuck.
Fucking up Buzz.
I think that Smash Ultimate definitely does leave a lot to be desired, and I think that, it definitely has its faults. Where the fuck are trophies? I understand that spirits are trophies now, but at least give us a little description with the PNGs. There's, the little stuff that I miss from Smash Brothers, but ultimately, if I keep making unintentional puns, it's just gonna keep happening. Ultimately, if I'm going to sit down and play Super Smash Brothers with my friends, we're probably going to play Ultimate, unless we're, on a weird throwback kick,
Oh, no, I agree with you, Clanky. Everything you said, I agree. But I like playing the game by myself too.
And I agree, but I think I think you can't sell the game short on single player content.
I'm not.
because
No, that's why I said
Light is huge, and you said that the classic mode, even though it's not replayable with the same character because they're set, I think it's very, very cool. I think it's the best classic mode we've ever gotten, to be honest.
I agree.
It's very cool
I
to have
agree.
Can I talk about my
I was
favorite
going to
game?
say, can we
Yeah,
just get to Mick?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I know
Sorry.
Mick really wants to talk about Hitman.
It's also not my favorite game, but it's really high up.
Second favorite, because it's 2.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's probably Bloodborne, Hitman 2. Anyway, Hitman 2 is probably one of the greatest video games that has ever been made, and I'm willing to stand by that statement. I firmly believe it has the greatest designed level in any game, and that would be Miami. Hitman 2, I feel, out of the World of Assassination trilogy, is the best one. The first Hitman game, struggling to get on, is kind of struggle. It's good, but it's good. It's even great, but it leaves a lot to be desired in some areas. Hitman 3 has some much higher highs than Hitman 2. It also has some lower lows. Like Berlin, which I've heard people say it's their favorite level in any Hitman game. I think those people are stupid and wrong.
Ooh.
Wait, this level is in Hitman 2?
Hitman 3.
Okay.
Berlin. Hitman 2, though, I think manages to there is not a level in Hitman 2 that I do not enjoy playing on. I enjoy playing on all of them, even the ones that I admit are not as good. Even those I think are still just super fun to play on. I'll just say it. I think it has some of the most creative assassinations in the game. In terms of in terms of just how you can, a lot of the preset things and just how you can pull them off.
I'll help you out a little. You tell me that it's as good as you make your own narrative, as you depending on what choices you make as the player.
I said that? Sure, cool. I'll take
Not
that.
today, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
in the
I have
past.
no memory of saying that ever, but okay. I don't disagree
Not
with
in
it.
so many words, Mick, but
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
you've pitched this game to me several times.
Okay, yeah. This is something I've realized. It's really hard for me to talk about games I really, really like.
Okay.
I know the feeling.
Because I don't really know what to say other than, I like this one.
Yeah, as me.
Sometimes it can be
Red
enough.
Dead.
I think it would have been more helpful if Hitman 1 wasn't already on here, because you gave a Hitman 1 pitch also.
Yeah, that's true. And Hitman and Hitman 2 is basically Hitman 1 but better.
Yeah. I think I probably brought this up back in the Hitman 1, but when Mick was playing Hitman 2, all the time he would hit everyone on Discord and be like, "Hey guys, I'm bartending right now. Just come watch me serve drinks." This is the epitome of Mick's playground. Whenever I hear about Mick playing this, he is doing something that more or less has nothing to do with playing Hitman properly, but all the way playing Hitman Mick's way.
You know what? Here. Actually, that does give me. I love doing that. I'm still trying to 100% the game. I love doing all the crazy little challenges and things, and I love trying to, find every little fun thing to do in levels. I also just sort of like coming up with. It is very much a true sandbox in a lot of ways, in that, but not in the sense of like Breath of the Wild, or no, actually Breath of the Wild is a bad example, but not in the sense of, I'll just say some other sandbox games where there's just like an Assassin's Creed Odyssey or something, where it's here's a huge map and there's just a bunch of things to do in it, but they're all kind of exactly the same.
Yeah, I think you said that. I think you used this exact comparison when you talked about Hitman 1.
Hitman is a sandbox, like an actual sandbox is a sandbox, is that there's a lot of fucking sand, and sand is fun to play with.
Oh my god. We're over the 8, by the way.
Oh, I'm
so
sorry. Yeah,
we should be doing final thoughts, if anything.
Yeah. So if I'll just because I'm kind of on a roll here, I'll just finish up quickly. Yeah. So it's very easy to make your own fun in the game, and it's simultaneously really easy to play the game as intended. It's really fun to play the game as intended, and as not intended in the slightest. And the game doesn't exactly care which way you do, and it'll be like, yeah, sure, let's do this.
Okay.
You want to run around in the flamingo suit for the entire game? Sure, we can.
All right. Any other last comments before we vote?
The only thing I wanted to say back when Clanky was talking about Ultimate, the spirit battles are cool, Clanky. I like event mode more.
I disagree. No, I don't know. I'm in the middle on that. Personally.
Okay. All right. It's the fourth. I mean, we had the first 4, so now we go on. We move the order, so it is Graham's turn starting here.
Hitman 2, you can make people walk into a rake. So that's why I'm voting for it.
Okay. Cool. Taylor.
Listen, Mick and I go at odds in terms of what our tastes are in games, but Mick has made Hitman sound more appealing to me than most other franchises, and I want to say that on the record because I'm not voting for it, and I need to just tell him how much I respect his pitch for Hitman because I am excited when I play it.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers Ultimate is a game that I fucking brought everyone over for a weekend of just playing it. Like we fucking had a Smash Brothers Ultimate camp party. It was a glorious weekend. Whenever I do get to play this with people, I have fun. So even if it's not my favorite Smash game, I still have too many good memories to count. Dracula's Castle. You guys keep playing that one song.
Yes, yes. Cross your heart on Dracula's Castle every single time. It never gets old.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't get to state my opinions on Smash Ultimate, but I'll quickly say that it was very easy considering two people have already talked about it. I could simply say I agree basically entirely with what Clanky said about Smash Ultimate and his viewpoints. We didn't even mention Squad Strike and Smashdown, which I think are two of some of the best multiplayer modes that have ever been added to the franchise. And it let me have my favorite character that I wanted for Smash, which was Ridley. So I... with much love and respect to Hitman 2, I am voting for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Couldn't have even said I think both sides had good points. I only listened to Clanky's side.
Well, if I'm picking a bandwagon, then that's the wagon I'm hopping in.
I voted for it though, so you don't have to pick a side.
But I will anyway, because I can.
Because it makes me feel worse.
No.
It's 2-1, and if I know Mick, he's about to tie it up.
Yeah, I'm voting for Hitman 2, of course
I figured, so it's...
In fact, I'm playing it right now!
Of course. Clanky is the tiebreaker.
As much as I would love to play Hitman 2 one day, I'm voting for Smash Ultimate.
This has been a crazy bracket so far.
It'd have to be Smash Ultimate. I guess, you know what, it could have been worse.
Yeah, it could have been
Could have
fucking
been
Shadow of the
Warrior.
Colossus.
Oh, if I lost a Shadow of Colossus, I would have killed Graham.
Yeah, Shadow of the bracket.
Oh my god.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Um,
There is only puss.
there is no go.
That's
there
what
is
they're
no
calling
answer.
it now.
Oh my god. The next one is a Mick versus Taylor. It is Warhammer Vermintide 2, which is a Mick pick because he pitched the original, I believe, versus Celeste, which is a Taylor pick. Who wants to start?
The rats are back, bitches!
I take it that means Mick, you're starting.
Yeah, so,
Alright. Go.
Yeah, so, Warhammer Vermintide 2, the sequel to Warhammer End Times Vermintide. I don't know why they dropped the middle bit. Yeah. So, remember how I pitched the original game as it's like Left 4 Dead, but with rats instead of zombies? Yes. Warhammer Vermintide 2 is like Left 4 Dead, except this time, the rats have teamed up.
They brought a tank.
The rats have teamed up with the Chaos Warriors.
Oh man.
How the hell do I describe the Chaos?
Yes, you mean the Chaos Emeralds.
Oh, the Chaos. Oh, the Chaos Emeralds. Okay, yeah. Anyway, basically, the Skaven, who are the rat people, have teamed up with the followers of the Chaos God Nurgle.
Yeah, it's Nurgle. Holy
That's
shit.
his name. It's his name. We're just gonna have to go with it. His name is Nurgle. Okay.
Immediately, I went to billion names.
That was my
Same.
first thought too. Yeah.
Well, now I can't take this seriously.
Yeah. Nurgle. I shouldn't have mentioned
Okay,
his
also,
name.
Mick, very, very, very quick.
Yeah.
The reason why they dropped the end time from the second game is if the second game was also the end times, the first game wouldn't be the end times either.
Fair enough.
That's a good point.
So one of the big differences is that whereas the first one was almost entirely, the first game was almost entirely focused on the single city of Uberstrike. The game has much more diverse and varied levels in Vermintide 2. Like you, rather than simply here's a city, here's another bit of the city, here's another bit of that city. You know, you're going in, wide open farmlands, dark forests, ancient temples, fucking. One of the levels is like in the Arctic, like you're in like fucking Antarctica, or some shit. It's more of the same in the best way possible. The same core characters, but they have much more sort of diverse movesets and ways of developing your characters. Oh, actually, in the DLC, they add a third faction. That's right, the rats have once again teamed up again. This time with the Beastmen.
Oh.
who are I mean I think you can probably
Part
guess
man,
who the
part
Beastmen
rat.
are. What?
Part man, part rat.
And it teamed up with the Beastie Boys. God damn.
Yeah, they're like the Beastmen are like they're like goat people.
Oh,
Okay.
part man, part
Was not
rat.
expecting goat.
Goat and rat.
That's a Dark
Ren
Souls
forever.
note.
Oh.
Or that sounds like a Dark Souls note.
In the same vein of how Mick would like to transition to talking about his favorite game, can I now talk about my favorite 2D platformer ever?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Celeste is the best 2D platformer ever, and it's honestly not close.
Hmm.
I've talked about a ton of 2D platformers, and I always say this is the best 2D platformer except Celeste. And that's always because Celeste is kind of perfect.
Hmm.
It's most close to Super Meat Boy, but the thing that puts Celeste over Super Meat Boy is, first of all, its story is so moving and personal, and it brought so much good to so many people who were struggling with panic attacks and depression and anxiety, and it handles those themes really well, and like without being overbearing or pretentious. It's just it still manages to kind of rein in a sense of casualness, except when it's not. For like one chapter, which is the best chapter. That's just talking on the story. The game is so colorful. It is so visually stimulating to my eyeballs. My eyeballs are happy when I'm looking at Celeste. Every level in Super Meat Boy, you get the idea, like, okay, you can wall jump, you can dodge spiky things, and you pick band-aids. And that's enough for a great game. But Celeste, every chapter is like, okay, we're going to do something unique with our platforming. In this first one, you're going to move on moving machineries. In this next one, you're going to travel through black, sparkly wormhole things. And it's going to feel really good because you're going to flow in it, and you're probably going to say we in real life. In the third chapter, you're going to explore a fucking decrepit hotel. And I won't say the rest of them because I don't know who hasn't played it, but you all should. Well, I don't. Yeah, I still think you should, even if you hate, even if you won't like it. Play it anyways.
Okay.
The
What a
music.
strange pitch.
The music is so captivating and engrossing. I especially love apart from chapter 6 and chapter 7, the main theme of Celeste. It's just a complete package. The collectibles are hidden so well. The difficulty is perfect. It really is. It's a game that the harder it gets, it actually becomes more fun because it asks you to engage with its level elements more, and it's never frustrating. I spent over 3 hours on one level, and it was never frustrating. I just spent 8 hours on a boss fight yesterday, and it's worse. Celeste doesn't have that level of frustration. Celeste manages to be the perfect level of difficulty. I don't think difficulty has ever been done better than in Celeste. And I don't think platforming has ever been more fun than Celeste. And maybe we can top it. I'm not 100% sure.
Oh. All right.
I
Of
also
course,
just want
if
to
you
say,
don't like 2D platformers, then
I just wanted to say I considered mentioning some of the fun like enemies and bosses in Vermintide 2, but I can't say their names out loud because if you guys lost it at Nurgle, you guys gonna lose it the minute I mentioned some of these other guys.
Nurgle.
Like
One of them named
some of them are
Puss.
funnier than Nurgle, I swear.
No, it's not even. It's the Billy and Mandy part that's really got me. Just like,
Yeah.
just like, Junior,
Yeah.
we have to go help the rats, Junior.
That's
Wow.
like the voice of David Warren.
I don't know
I'll
why I
simply
did
leave it at this. One of the bosses is named Burble Spew Hail Scourge.
Okay, that is great.
Oh, God.
That
I
is
would like to request
fantastic.
that nobody is allowed to vote for it by the name alone.
Of course, I'm gonna vote for the game that has Rumple Dumple Binkle Dink. Of course.
Hang on, Christian, I know you love Celeste.
Does Celeste have Bingle Snatch Bumble Bump?
Christian, listen, there's a certain level of how much I'm willing to let you fuck with me.
You
Look,
have
you
know
all need to leave Benedict
If you don't
Cumberbatch
vote
out
for
of this.
Celeste, we can't be friends anymore.
But Nurgloth the Eternal.
Nurgloth
Oh my
the
God.
Eternal. You add the eternal at the
anything-
end just to
Any
make it
last
better.
comments, or can we get to
Anyone else want to talk about Celeste? Because I don't think I'm the only one here who's played it.
I'm saving my Celeste thoughts for a little bit
Gatekeeper
later.
Naglfar.
Mick?
Celeste is gonna
I
lose
swear to
because
God.
nobody else backed it up, and everyone just listened to Mick say funny names for 5 minutes.
Well, sometimes that's enough.
Clown
Not
Gong
enough.
and the Almighty.
Getting to the vote, Graham goes first.
I'm over Celeste.
Okay. See? Taylor.
I also vote for Celeste.
Okay. Christian.
Graham, have you
Mick.
played Celeste?
No, but I feel like I would play it more sooner than I played Vermintide.
Christian, come on, it'll be hilarious.
Mick, your silly rats won't get me this time.
Christian, trust me,
I'm
it'll be
im-
hilarious.
I'm immune to their charms now, Mick.
Think about how much Taylor will hate it then.
Rats and Left 4 Dead, you think it's all great, but Celeste is just a bit greater. So we're gonna go with that.
This is
Okay.
not my yearlies.
No, it's not.
No, it is
it
not.
you?
I am sorry.
Wait till we get to round
Mick.
7.
Oh, God.
Nick.
Yeah? Oh, I'm voting for Vermintide.
I know. And Clanky.
I mean, Celeste is too good. I have to give it to
4-1.
Celeste.
4-1. Amazing. Okay.
If
Mick, just so you know, if Warhammer was about to win, I was going to pull my hold it.
Okay, fair enough. No, can I just say, can I have a thing? If every single one of my choices dies in losers, can I just leave early? Am I allowed to do that?
You're
No, like I don't
I-
care what happens after that.
And I'll take your votes. Sure.
If you're not going to like contribute anything after
No,
that,
Mick
then
is going to
like
stay, and Mick is going to be a great participant.
Do I have to do that?
Yes, it's homework.
I mean,
Oh, hang
considering...
on. Actually, sorry. I just realized I can't do that. I just can't do that because Hitman 2 is going up against Vermintide 2, and one of them is going to win.
yeah. So it's not like
also,
everything's
like,
gonna be
yeah.
eliminated.
Mick, first of all, there's another one of your picks that's probably going to do well in the last bracket.
There
Oh,
are
And then
yeah,
there's one
that's
that
right.
then there's one that like 3 or 4 of you have dual custody over that's going to do very
yeah,
well in this
there are a
grouping.
few games in the top brackets
So,
here that are
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
will be. But first,
And also, you get to punish Among Us. I bet you can't wait for you to
well,
do
speaking
that.
of punishing,
I don't want to punish Among Us. I like Among Us. There's
Speaking
there's
of-
other games here I don't like though. Speak of the devil.
Speaking of punishing independent games that are mostly goof, we have
It's not an independent game, but go
no.
on.
I mean Monster Prom.
Okay.
Would-
I'd like to request next start.
Well, first of all, let me just do the matchup. Taylor, it's Monster Prom against Nino Kuni 2. Taylor just requested who did you request start?
I want Mick to start. I want to know why Mick hates Monster Prom.
Oh, it's such a
Okay, I'm starting now then.
Monster Prom is an unfunny cringe fest.
Right,
The dialogue is so like no. Listen, Christian playing the werewolf character as just Scooby Doo, hilarious. All right. However, he saved that character
Do the voice, Christian.
through the voice. Yeah.
Rocky,
He's so dumb. I love him.
Rocky,
So dumb.
I'm melting it.
He's like the one character that's the thing. The like fucking werewolf Scooby Doo or whatever the fuck his name is the one character I can actually stand in the game. Everyone else is just so insufferably cringy.
Okay, I mean, yeah, the writing is a huge part of it. So if you don't like that, you
The
probably
writing
won't
is
like the game.
a huge part of it, and it's
No, I'm saying if you don't like
Yeah.
that, then I get it.
I like the
Yeah.
game, and I can't even necessarily disagree.
like
Yeah.
I felt
Yeah.
uncomfortable being in the Discord call with you guys when playing this game. Like, oh, make it stop, please make it stop.
This is the one where like a ghost talks about like ghost sex for a while, right?
Yeah. Polly, the best girl.
Okay.
Polly is best girl. Let's go.
Polly is
Graham.
best girl.
Polly
Um,
is best
ex-
girl.
Except for the one time I had to go for Vera because someone else was going for Polly.
Yeah.
I like Vera though.
Here's what I'll say about Monster Prom. I know what it is. The idea of like playing a dating simulator with my friends is a
Right.
little weird to me.
It's spoken like somebody who didn't get to play Hot Tub Boyfriend with Mick once,
Oh, but that I would die
wouldn't do
for.
that.
which I have done.
I gotta play. I need to play those games by myself, so that when I cry, no one can see me.
Well, here's the thing: Monster Prom is such like a short game. Like even like the full game is like hour and a half maybe, and
It's way too long.
Yeah.
I guess it's just your opinion.
Can I defend? Would I be able to defend?
That's
it too
just
once
your
Greg's done?
opinion, Graham.
Yeah.
We're sharing our opinions.
Yeah.
Aren't we such
But
good
you said
friends
that-
sharing our
yeah.
opinions?
Sharing our opinions.
I don't remember you being this mad during Shazam.
You're right.
You're
right. You don't, Graham. You don't remember that.
You are treading a very unsafe line, and I'm scared for you.
Oh my god.
I'll be quick. I enjoy playing I enjoy playing Monster Prom with friends primarily because I'm the kind of weirdo that would bond with my friends by playing shitty visual novels and giving all the characters weird voices. So when there was a multiplayer visual novel that I didn't necessarily hate all the characters in because I personally don't think it's that poorly written. I do admit it's a little cringe, but I don't think it's a poorly written story. I think it's very good. Okay, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay.
We all need some cringe in our lives at certain points.
I am not as big of a cringe guy, and like I haven't played this. I don't have anything against this. It's just not like I'm not like desperate to go play this. If everyone's like Taylor, we want you to be a part of this Monster Prom playthrough, I probably would.
Yeah.
But I'm not eager. Now, does anyone know what Ni no Kuni 2 is?
It's a sequel to Ni no Kuni 1, which is a Miyazaki game.
I own it.
Like,
Or
all right,
Ghibli
how
game.
much? Like, how much do I have to pitch this?
Yeah, you're gonna need to pitch it.
All right. So, you are the governor of Japan, and you get isekai.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Can I just say, Taylor? I was gonna vote for Ni no Kuni too, just because of how much I hate Monster Prom. You have just sold me on it alone.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you play as this dude named Roland, and you meet this little kid named Evan in a fantasy Ghibli world, and the whole point of the game is to bring world peace. You are trying to create a perfect kingdom where everyone can live happily ever after.
Okay.
It's a very sweet premise. It has some very sweet moments. It does something that Ni no Kuni 1 struggled with, and that's having an actual cast of characters who like have personalities. Ni no Kuni 1 had like 3 characters who like never talked, and Ni no Kuni 2 has double that, and they all have personalities. And Ni no Kuni 1 was they must have been like, listen, Ni no Kuni 1 was cute, but you know what actually sells? Action RPGs. So instead of doing this interesting, pseudo Pokemon dynamic that, the people who liked, and the people who didn't like really didn't like, let's just make it an action RPG because action RPGs sell. And, well, inherently I'm like, you know what? Ni no Kuni 1 was a cute idea. Ni no Kuni 2 is just so much better, dude. The combat is like the closest thing to Kingdom Hearts combat I've played in an action RPG, which is a very good thing because I like Kingdom Hearts combat. It feels good. You feel strong. And that's not even touching on the fact that there is a simulation management part to this game where you just build a kingdom and you fucking you wait in real time for you to reap in money to upgrade your facilities to buy more kingdoms. It's so addictive, and you can fucking recruit villagers and fucking pair them to work in shops. There's a fucking full-on strategy portion where you lead an army and fight others. Like the gameplay diversity is so good in this game. You don't you'll fight for most of it, but you'll constantly be able to feed back into the other 2 gameplay elements to keep the game feeling fresh in what is an otherwise very colorful story with a very colorful cast, and is just you get to play a Ghibli movie. And it's
Taylor, I could have sworn I remember hearing you mention something that there's like an entire gambling town.
Unfortunately, that's the first game.
Damn it!
But
No!
hang on. There is a gambling town in the second one. You just can't gamble.
So what's the point?
Honestly, that's even funnier.
Honestly, that's my biggest problem with Ni no Kuni 2. Ni no Kuni 1 had the greatest gambling minigame of all time. And in Ni no Kuni 2, you can't gamble. and the first major city you go to is a place where law is decided by gambling.
Oh my god.
This sucks.
Fucking play dice with a dog.
Huh.
If you are a furry, you will also really enjoy this game.
Oh, thank God.
United we stand as one single land. Ni no Kuni 2. One of the best action RPGs I've ever played.
Great.
And also, I think this is one of the best pitches I've done for the game. By the way.
Yeah, no, like I have gone from not giving a shit about Ni no Kuni 2 to actually, I'm like, what system is it on? I kind of want to play it now.
It's on Steam. It's on Steam.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like it might have been a, like, I don't know, something about Ni no Kuni 2 feels like it kind of gives me like, it's like, oh yeah, this game was a Wii U exclusive. I don't know, it kind of has it has Wii U exclusive energy for no reason.
Mick, it still is a JRPG, so I make no promises.
No, but I like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy 15 combat.
You know that is true.
Yeah, no, it's not like the reason I dislike JRPGs is almost entirely due to menu-based combat. Like that's the only real thing I have against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That was a fun pitch. I'm ready to vote.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Getting into the vote, Graham goes first.
Can I actually say one last short thing I just want to say?
Yes.
And I want those of you who are considering voting for Monster Prom to think about something. As fun as it is to play that with other people and do silly voices and shit, would you not have the same amount of fun doing that with a better game like Danganronpa?
A game,
The thing
arguably.
is that, like in Monster Prom, you get to when you play as something like Danganronpa and you're doing the silly voices or whatever, right? You all have to play as the same character, but at least in Monster Prom, you all get your separate characters. It's literally a multiplayer visual novel.
Also,
but Mick, I'll just we'll get to the voting in a bit. It's okay.
Also in Monster Prom you could beat in a couple hours. Danganronpa takes a couple of weeks.
That's okay. Fair enough.
Okay. We're good now then, Graham?
Monster Prom.
Okay. Taylor.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Figured. Christian.
Monster Prom is cute. Ni no Kuni 2 sounds great. I'm gonna go with Ni no Kuni.
Mick cast the fatal blow.
Ni no Kuni 2.
And Clanky.
Ni no Kuni 2.
Ooh, wow, betrayal. All right. 4-1, Ni no Kuni 2.
I'll be honest, there was a small little squirrel on my shoulder that said, "Say Monster Prom." Funny.
No, Mick, you would hate
great,
yourself
Taylor,
later.
Taylor,
Yes,
you
Clanky?
really did sell Ni no Kuni well.
Thanks.
yeah.
I was gonna vote for Monster Prom, so you
Wow.
you saved it from
And-
a 3-2.
Good. I don't feel like I'm good at doing that all that often.
And the final bracket of the first round is something of a duel of titans, if you're
Yeah,
like
this
me.
should have been the first round, honestly.
Spider-Man, which was submitted by everybody, essentially.
Not me.
Not me.
All right, it was submitted by Graham, Taylor, and Mick.
Which, to be
Versus-
fair, that's actually really impressive that the three of us said the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, Spider-Man?
Versus God of War, which is a Mick pick.
Yeah.
Two of
No,
the
I'm
biggest
just
games of
saying. I think that like for me, you and Graham to have the same, to have suggested the same game.
Like specifically us.
Yeah, because like
not
the,
three people, but you.
yeah,
you
because
and
the
Graham.
three of us probably have like out of all of us probably have the most different taste in games, and so it's really weird that we all suggested the same thing.
Yeah.
Who's going first in this one?
I'd like Graham to go first.
Yeah. Graham.
Okay.
Go.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Does he do whatever a
Spider-Man.
spider can?
Because my so I have two favorite superheroes. They both start with S and man. This is about a game about one of them, Spider-Man.
Spiderman.
This is, as a game itself, this is a very fun game. There's a lot of very fun collectibles. The combat is fluid and enjoyable to play. All the characters are very likable, enjoyable. And then you get to the part of the fact that this is probably one of the best adaptations of just Spider-Man in general. Considering movies, animated series, other games, just anything. The way this game takes some of the core facets of Spider-Man's own identity and turns them on its head, how it acknowledges earlier runs of the comic, but does things that no other comics have done before. I know, like, as a game itself, yes, it's deserving of all the praise that we can give it. But I just want to focus more on the story and just how unique of this thing is, that this game managed to become one of the most definitive adaptations of a character, probably for the first time since, I would even argue, like, Arkham Asylum, which is a very ironically very kind of similar.
You mean in terms of a
game.
superhero adapting to a game?
Yes.
You don't mean in terms of this is the first time Spider-Man has been portrayed correctly in years?
No.
Okay.
I would say, though, like, I'm with Graham, it is probably the best depiction, like, it's probably the best adaptation of Spider-Man ever done.
It's one
Like,
of them, definitely. I
like,
love this game.
yeah, like, there's nothing about a Spider-Man PS4 that I'm like, yeah, I don't... Like, when I think about Spider-Man, I'm actually... Now, I'm thinking about Yuri Lowenthal.
Yeah.
Like, he is Spider-Man for me now.
Oh, it's gonna be weird
Except
going
when they
into...
made him Tom Holland for some reason.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Don't remind
That's
me.
okay. That Yuri
We don't
Lowenthal as Spider-Man is gonna be weird going into that. Like when I play Spider-Man, like that is gonna be strange.
Yeah. Listen,
No, it's gonna be Spider-Man, not Doctor Strange.
Oh.
this game flows so expertly from one thing into the next, from like just swinging, which is the greatest. This is the greatest parkour game ever. First of all, they're like, parkour is such a big deal to me. That's why I loved playing games like Sly and Infamous back in the day. And Spider-Man, listen, I'm not gonna make the meme, but like,
Do it. You know you want to.
Boss! Someone else
Not the meme.
I think this game flows from its web swinging directly into its combat, to story, to like conversing with other characters while doing things. It's the pacing of Spider-Man is phenomenal, and it's so fun to do everything in it. And like some of it like feels like extras, but like it's a game that I couldn't imagine not doing everything in, because it would mean playing less Spider-Man.
Right.
This is the first game of this kind that I've platinumed.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's a big deal for Graham, because Graham usually doesn't even finish a game the first time he plays it.
Yeah. Well, it also helps that like they don't make getting platinum a hassle in this game, which is something like I've never understood about people getting platinum. Is why would you want to play a game until you hate it in order to get a platinum?
Well, yeah, some games do it well. Yeah, and you know, Mick didn't say this outright. He said something about, he said it in terms of how he judges the Spider-Man, but I'm having a difficult time thinking of negatives for this one.
I actually do have one thing I can consider negative.
Okay.
The boss fights can be pretty like simplistic in that it's web up a person, go and punch, and also
I think the end game ones are very good, and then
yes.
I
But the problem is that even like when you when I replayed it, I was like, I can't wait to get to the end, because like that has like all the parts I really enjoyed, and it did sort of like make like going through it like the first time kind of rough, because for the second time kind of rough, because like I know I have to play this to get to the parts I know I'm really gonna love.
Graham, as long as we're in agreement that Miles Morales does it even better.
I haven't played Miles Morales yet.
Okay, then I will say no more.
Guys, we're more than halfway through, and we haven't talked about God of War yet.
Can I talk about God of War now?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, God of, this is the thing. There has never been a bracket here where you cannot go wrong with either of these picks.
Yeah. So, God of War. So God of War, the God of War.
God of War.
He's the God of War.
PS4. I don't know what to call it.
God of War.
God of War 2018 is what we call
Yeah.
it.
God of War.
I had a friend who called the sequel God of War Ragnarok. He called it God of War 2, and I'm like, no, we're not calling it that.
No.
Um, anyway, God of War sets itself up, and when you go into it, you're thinking, all right, cool, this is a reboot of the game, and it's gonna be, yeah, it's not a reboot. It takes place in continuity with the previous games.
True.
And somehow manages to, because let's be honest here, if you know anything about the God of War franchise, after the first game, the game kind of just, the series just kind of kept going.
Narratively, you mean?
Yeah, narratively, and that it's
Although
just like,
people like Chains of Olympus' story, I believe.
yeah, yeah, but Chains of Olympus is a spin-off, so I'm not exactly counting
It's
that.
a prequel.
But God of War, though.
It's a spin-off. I said a spin-off, so a spin-off can be a prequel.
I don't consider it a spin-off, but okay.
If it's on a mainline, it's on the mainline entry, so it's a spin-off.
I think it is. But...
This is pointless. Anyway, point being, where if from after God of War 1, God of War 2, and God of War 3, basically just make Kratos a seemingly irredeemable character. Like, he just loses any sense of being a good guy. He is just a protagonist from that point, and you just have to play as him. God of War 4 addresses that, and actually, like, it deals with the ramifications of this. And it also... And here's actually something I want to say. God of War 4 does something very interesting with its mythology that God of War 1, and actually really no other game that based on mythology does. It looks at theories and speculation in the scholarship about the mythology, and comes up with in-universe explanations for them. For example, in the Prose Edda and the Poetic Edda, there are two groups that are often kind of, it's hard to, there are the dwarves, and we all know dwarves, but there's also this group called the Dark Alfar, or the Dark Elves. But it seems like the Dark Elves might actually be dwarves just by a different name. And in
excommunicated dwarves.
Yeah, but the thing is, in God of War, there's an explanation in it, where there's like, oh yeah, the Asgardians kind of thought that they were the same people, but they don't look anything alike. You don't think so? Well, the Asgardians didn't really care. Like, there is an in-universe explanation for all this. Like, part of the whole backstory of the game involves why Tyr is no longer the king of the gods, and why Odin is now, which is a really complicated in-joke for anyone who knows the etymology of the names of the gods. In that Tyr is from the same root word of that Zeus is from, and so it would make more sense for him to be the king of the gods. But for some reason, the weird messenger, death-obsessed psychopomp figure is instead. And all these other interests, it does so many other fascinating things, and some that I can't even talk about because, of accidentally spoiling things.
I think it is important to mention, though, that all of this information is fed to you as you fucking travel along a boat with your son, and they just relay this information as stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
As you're traveling along the world, which I think is a really good way to do it, because it makes an otherwise tedious chore of rowing a boat have meaning.
Yeah, I know.
Sometimes Kratos will just tell stories, his own stories that have nothing to do with the lore. It's like, Dad, tell me a story. One more story. And yeah, like Mick was touching on this, Kratos is such a better character in this game that it's kind of saddening that we accepted him as a character before this, because he sucked.
One of the reasons why I stopped watching Yahtzee's game reviews is he listed them trying to make Kratos into a character as a negative.
Really?
Really?
I
stopped way before that, so
no, he was like, oh, I just saw this guy good. Now they want me to care about him. It's like, yeah.
Never do the accent again.
I wasn't doing an accent. I was doing
that was funny though.
I was doing a halfway Jerry Seinfeld turning into a werewolf voice.
I never.
Great. Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
You can claim any bad accent as Jerry Seinfeld turning into a werewolf, and you can get away with it.
I never cared for Yahtzee. I was always a Guess Who guy. We haven't talked about the gameplay at all, and I know we're wrapping up here, but
Yeah, we
since
should.
the vote is about to happen, let me just say, God of War is a much slower action game, but it's also like a lot more like it might be a little more focused like on I don't know, the boss fights are definitely better. I don't know, it almost like reminds me of Metroid in a weird way in terms of like you constantly come back to areas with a stronger sense of purpose. You can
So that's actually is an interesting thing in that the levels are somewhat sort of Metroidvania-y. They don't have a lot of verticality to them, but like the locations kind of like fold in on each other, like, and you're constantly coming back to new locations. But then you have done things that change that location, that you can now access new things.
Like at a certain point you sink the ocean and that opens up a whole new layer to each of the islands you can explore.
Yeah. So like so like if you have a hub world, but the hub world kind of keeps changing in like cool ways, and
Atreus is a great companion character, much like Elizabeth. Like he plays a great supporting role that you can manually control and level him up. The leveling system in this game is great. The sense of strength is great. We didn't do a great job talking about the gameplay element.
It's kind of hard to describe. And actually, the thing is that at least because you said you compared it to Metroid, and I was gonna say this is something. It's like a really weird quibble, but like the first time I played the game, I was like, I am weirdly close to his shoulders. Like it's like in like the other God of War games, you're kind of like you're a blip in the middle of the screen. In this, you are like over his shoulder.
Yeah. Also, the Leviathan Axe, one of the best weapons in games.
Oh, it's so cool! It's so much fun. It's like a boomerang. It's great.
All right, we've talked at length about.
We know, Jordan.
Look, it was Spider-Man and God of War. If anything was going to take up the time, it's these two.
No, I wanted to make sure we got equal time at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
just so I'm clear, Clanky and Christian, you have played neither of these?
Nope.
I've watched someone play. I'll talk about it when we vote.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I'm just unfathomably late.
No,
it's
all good.
Okay. We're just
to watch the
yearly enough in here.
festivities.
Don't worry, I was too.
We're about to do God of War versus Spider-Man. Shit's gonna go down.
It's okay, Kyle. You just got here for all of the talking being over.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Getting into the vote, Graham is up first.
It's tough that this isn't a hard decision for me because I really want to like love God of War with Spider-Man, but I haven't finished God of War. So I have to give it to Spider-Man.
You do, yeah. Taylor.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously unfair that I have to pick only one of these because when I first made my best games of 2018, this was before I had even played Celeste, these were the two that I constantly went back and forth with. And the thing that put it over the edge was which one of these... I like fast-paced games. Not that I don't like slow-paced games, but I feel like I like moment-to-moment gameplay that much more. And Spider-Man and the web swinging does that for me just a little bit more. God of War has better boss fights, though.
Okay. Christian.
Spider-Man goes wee. God of War goes. Ugh. I'm gonna vote for Spider-Man.
That's actually a pretty good mentality.
No, it's not. It's a terrible mentality. Never judge your games like that. That was a joke.
I like it.
It was a joke.
Mick.
I'm gonna vote for God of War, because, and actually for the similar reason that Graham voted for Spider-Man. It's hard for me to choose between the two, but I have not finished the DLC for Spider-Man. I have 100%ed I would have a 100%ed God of War, except I haven't killed all of the fucking ghost ravens.
Those are the super bosses, right?
No. I beat the Valkyries. No, the ghost ravens are like, there's a bunch of like ravens that are just like perched around the map in like these hot hidden places, and you have to hit them with your Leviathan axe. And some of them are just so fucking hard to find and hit that I just gave up and I didn't 100% it. But
yeah, it's been a while, so I don't remember.
Yeah.
And Clanky.
Did Spider-Man already win?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I don't feel bad doing this. Yeah. God of War.
Okay. 2 to 3.
I watched someone play God of War. I've played through the very first God of War, and I thought the first God of War was good. But I mean, this new God of War, Dad of Boy, looks so good. So
Dad
I
of
wanna play
boy.
it.
Dad of boy.
Also, I should say, yeah, one last thing before we move on. I just want to say, these games both do actually, like, twists really well. I'm not going to talk about the twist that God of War does because, it blew my mind. And even, me being a mythology buff, I should have seen it coming sooner.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Both of these games do twists very well?
Well, that's the thing. So this is the weird thing about Spider-Man.
I don't think either of them do twists very well.
You don't think the final twist of God of War was handled well?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. I'm thinking more like mid-game climax. If you mean like the, I know what you're.
Yeah,
talking about.
I mean the
Yeah.
stinger at the end.
Okay,
Anyway,
sure.
Spider-Man is interesting in that even though, like, when I meet Dr. Otto Octavius,
Yes, you're like,
I should know what's coming, and yet somehow him turning out to be evil was still kind of a surprise to me.
Also, there is one other big twist at the end of Spider-Man.
Wait, don't
I
you
don't
know what?
wanna
Actually,
spoil.
don't say it. Yeah, I should have.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should have said beforehand that I didn't want Spider-Man
By a
spoilers.
spoiler, Dr. Octopus
Christian,
is a bad guy.
the doc, yeah.
Oh,
It's
Doc
like-
Ock
That's
is
the thing.
evil.
I felt
Oh,
fine saying like that. I felt fine saying that one because it's like, oh, wait, what? You're telling me that Dr. Octopus is evil?
No.
It's like playing like a prequel game, like where you know a character's gonna turn evil, but like they
Alright.
make them so likable that you're like, I hate what's gonna happen when
All right,
you
but
turn
let's not read into the details. Let's
Yeah.
just
Hey,
move
yeah.
on.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Yeah.
let's say goodbye to another one of my wildcard picks.
don't count yourself out.
Hang on.
Red Dead Redemption 2
Yeah.
is one of the most important games of that year. I think that it's probably going to win here. But anyway, let's do this anyway. Red Dead
When-
Redemption 2 against A Way Out.
Jordan, when have we ever decided what's more important versus what we like more?
yeah, this
I
is not an
mean, just in
objective
terms
list.
of I
Yeah.
mean, just in terms of like people in
Let's
general.
just-
WarioWare
Let's just
DIY beat Alan Wake.
The vote would start with Taylor.
Come back to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Christian.
I'm voting for Red Dead Redemption 2
Of course you are.
On what grounds? I just want to know.
because I've played
It's a
neither
better
of these, and Red Dead Redemption 2 seems cooler by a slight
Yeah.
margin.
Mick.
A Way Out. I played it.
Ooh, okay. Clanky.
A Way Out.
Okay. Graham.
One of my friends has started whenever like someone has a Discord call and I go, "Who's there?" They start doing like the thing that Arthur does when he comes like camp goes, "It's me, dumbass." Red Dead Redemption 2.
Taylor, you are the tiebreaker.
It's like I don't want to say no to Joseph Fares.
It's
That's
okay,
kind of
buddy.
my thing. But I haven't played
Okay.
this game. But
Think about-
also,
Taylor, Taylor, you're not just saying no to Joseph Ferris, you're saying no to Jordan.
And you're saying no
Come
to
on, man.
Jordan Ferris.
And you're saying no to hoops.
Hoops.
Taylor, go with your heart.
Well, of course, go with your heart.
Listen to
Yeah.
your heart.
No, don't listen to Graham. He just wants you to vote for Red Dead Redemption.
No, because I like
Is Graham your heart?
this is not a maybe. This is like not a thing. If Red Dead has to go out this way, I'd be happy it's a Fares production.
It is a way out for it to go.
As opposed to getting any redemption.
Yeah, like if it was the Kirby Star Allies, then I'd be fucking pissed.
What do you guys have against that game? Holy
Look,
shit.
Brown-
Nothing, and I'm gonna vote for it over Shadow of the Colossus.
Good.
Shadow of the Colossus isn't here.
It's plus.
Oh, that's right, it's Puss. I forgot.
Oh god, it's like I'm not positive if I played A Way Out I would like it more. I'm not sure. I don't know. Clanky, are we playing A Way Out eventually?
Well, I mean, we played the other one, so we might as well do this one, right?
Right.
I'm sorry to hear you guys couldn't beat it.
It's Red Dead
Didn't we?
Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is very long. I don't dislike that it's long. I'm just thinking like, what's the better pace? I don't know.
Think of it like this,
Red Dead-
Taylor.
Red
If
Dead
you
Redemption-
don't vote for, if you don't vote for,
Hold on.
Okay.
Taylor, you
A
can
A
give
Way
your vote
Out,
to
in terms
me.
of pacing, A Way Out is a movie. Red Dead Redemption 2 is like a 5-season series. That's how I view
I
it.
think that's a selling
All right,
point for
Clanky,
Taylor.
you say your thing.
I lost it. It's all right. Just forget it.
Fuck.
You know what? I'm gonna say, Graham, you made a good point and vote for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Wow.
And once again, my wild card goes in the first round.
I'm sorry, Jordan. Listen,
Taylor.
Jordan,
You don't want to see
Taylor,
Wario
Taylor,
sad.
you want to know
Taylor,
something? I
Taylor.
might have voted for Red Dead sooner if I didn't realize that it would have killed your wild card.
Taylor, I'm used to it. It's my thing at this point.
Joseph
no
Fares
stake in
is
this.
mad
He just-
at me.
It
He'll
just
be
is
back.
funny how every time it goes up against like a monster of a game.
Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
my luck. Okay.
Jordan, please promise me that you
It
won't
went out against.
of Joseph Fares going, fuck Taylor!
No, I'm not. I'm not going to get him to do
Promise.
Okay. we need to
He
do
lost
this
to Among Us and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Which are like two juggernauts, so you can't really blame it.
Do you guys remember when in the Game Awards, Red Dead Redemption 2 won every single award and then
Yeah.
didn't win Game of the Year?
Yeah. So it could
Yeah.
happen again, but we'll
That's
see.
what's gonna happen today.
All right.
All right.
We can all
Great.
vote for Kirby Star Allies, and then Clanky can go pee.
Okay.
So-
Right, yeah.
I don't know that I'm voting for Kirby Star Allies. Puss is a pretty good game.
I don't see a puss
Kirby
here.
Star Allies versus Puss and Colossus.
I mean, you can vote for puss if you want. It is
Christian,
allowed.
makes sense. It makes sense you wouldn't see Puss. You get no bitches.
Holy
Oh my God.
shit. I should just leave the call. That was
Yeah.
such a bad burn. I can't even comprehend.
Christian, why are you talking about the burn? Why are you still here? Get out.
Oh,
Because
I'm
I
on
have to
rail
harp
form
on the burn. I'm stuck here.
By the way,
So
Kyle,
weird.
just to fill you in, me and Taylor
God.
staged a coup and have replaced Shout of the Colossus with Puss.
Wait, what?
Puss is some random game on Christian's honorable mentions. We know nothing about it.
His
We just don't
HBs.
want Shadow of the Colossus on here.
yeah.
That's so funny and fucked
Even
up.
me,
Taylor
even
keeps
me, it was
bringing it up 'cause it makes
technically
me
my
laugh.
pick.
It
I,
makes me laugh.
I don't know where to start with you. That's so funny and fucked
Listen.
up.
Listen, here's where I stand. I want to vote for Puss. I really do. But
It's your go anyway.
the longer this goes, the more I'm going to see Shadow of the Colossus's name because Christian refuses to change the name to Puss.
I
And if he won't change the
this.
name to
Fucking
Puss,
coward.
I'm not doing it.
even though
I'm
Shadow of
gonna-
the Colossus got no votes,
I'm gonna do it in the
Graham
end.
didn't
so
even
fuck
want
all
it on the
y'all.
bracket.
Yeah.
You should have said something, Graham.
Look,
Fucking vote so we can pee.
Nick, go first.
I'm voting.
It's not even Mick's turn. It would be Christian's turn, right?
Yeah.
You fucking scared. I'm getting
I want to know what
disrespected.
Nick votes for specifically.
Well,
My
you'll find out after Christian goes.
Exactly. So, I'm going to be voting for. I don't think anyone cares, but I'm going to be voting for Kirby Star Allies.
Okay. Mick.
I'm voting for Puss.
All right. There's a vote in for Puss.
Then you might need to come back to me. If Mick is voting for Puss, I have to think about it.
Okay. Clanky.
What is it? Kirby and Shadow of the Colossus?
Kirby and
Puss.
Kirby
I'm gonna
Puss.
vote for Shadow of the Colossus.
So
You mean
Puss.
Puss?
What you guys don't
I guess
understand-
I guess I'm voting for Kirby then. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Okay. Graham.
what you guys don't understand is this is basically a three-way vote.
I, a very sexually active man, vote for Puss.
Oh my god, that's 3-1. That's 3-1, Taylor.
So did Puss already win?
Yes.
Then I vote for Puss.
Oh, it's 3-1. I thought Clanky put one in for Kirby.
I did. That's
Hashtag
all right.
That was
Puss
Oh,
the-
then yeah, then it's 2-0 to 3. I think.
Hashtag
What?
Puss sweep.
Christian, just change it to Puss.
Well, now it's gone, so it's never gonna be changed to Puss
Wait, I don't understand. How did Kirby Star Allies win?
because you all voted for Puss, but there was no Puss. That
We
was
said that Shadow of the
Oh,
Colossus
yeah.
was Puss.
That's
I
right.
don't remember.
Shadow
saying that.
Shadow of the Puss won the first round. Why isn't
Yeah.
it up against Wandersong? I just realized what the you played us for fools. I mean,
hate you
at
so
least Shadow of the
much.
Colossus didn't win, but like,
I did what I think you all wanted best. So
No,
Shadow of the
I
Colossus
mean-
is gone.
We
No,
wanted
No, I
Puss.
wanted Puss.
You wanted
There's no Puss. Puss isn't real.
Did you make it up as well?
there's no puss, there's no alien isolation, and there is no Queen of England.
There is no Puss. Accept it and accept defeat.
No.
I will
So
never
this is
give
how
up on
democracy
Puss.
dies.
It's with Puss.
The plot.
We just got electoral colleged.
Honestly, yeah.
Oh, I love these.
I'm losing my wild card. I'm losing Puss. I'm losing everything.
Puss
Losing
was in
my
our hearts
job,
this whole
I'm losing my
time.
mortgage.
All right. Battle of the Mick games. Hitman 2 versus Warhammer Vermintide 2.
Can I
Anything
vote?
else? Should we? Do I just get the vote?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, Taylor's first in the order, but Mick, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm voting for Hitman 2.
Okay.
I was ready to go this time.
Sorry.
Taylor, go.
I'm gonna vote for Hitman too.
Okay. Christian.
These rats won't fool me again. They won't fool me twice or 3 times. Hitman 2.
Ooh. Okay. No. Clanky.
Hitman 2.
And Graham, you going for the sweep?
Hitman 2.
5-0.
Why is Hitman always in capitals?
Because that's how it's like written. That's how if you look up Hitman on Wikipedia, it's stylized as Hitman.
Yeah,
Okay.
some titles actually like translate their weird like font effects or
I also just imagine
capitalizations
that-
and stuff to the actual way you write it.
Yeah. Actually, I
Imagine
take it back. Wikipedia doesn't, but like Steam does. Like if you look it up
Imagine
on
whenever
Steam,
you-
it's Hitman in all caps.
Well, whenever
Okay.
you put it in caps, I just hear it in Mick's voice. This is Mick's yelling it like, Hitman!
Hitman!
You can start a Hitman.
Ding.
I'm going to release the game. I hope it's a
Alright.
Hitman.
I think I know exactly what's going to happen here. Monster Prom versus God of War. Come on, guys.
Well,
Come on, guys.
two people here haven't played God of War, and those same people love.
Don't you dare!
Come on, guys.
You think I'm a psychopath?
A little
Taylor.
bit, yes.
More than you could possibly imagine, Taylor.
Taylor.
We don't have the time to unpack that.
Well, it would be funny, but God of War.
Okay. Christian.
No, God of War.
Okay, good. Mick.
God of War.
Clanky.
God of War.
And Graham, we're going for the second straight 5-0.
I love Monster Prom. It has to be God of War.
Ba, 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 ba.
Dude, 3 sweeps in the losers bracket.
Well, one of them was done by middling from Christian.
It was still a sweep. It's
Ooh.
There was collusion.
you
Yeah,
all
no, I mean,
Collusion.
voting for a game that isn't real still counts for the sweep.
What do
so-
you mean it isn't real? It was a thing you wanted on the bracket that we gave you the chance to put on the bracket.
No, it's not there. I don't see
That
it here.
Graham said, "Okay, Christian,
was a
you
write-in
can put it on
vote.
the bracket."
I
They
don't
had
I don't see
the
it
the
here.
tournament had just started.
I don't see it on this bracket. I don't see posts.
Oh my god.
And I'm bothered by that, honestly.
It doesn't
Hmm.
matter.
It matters,
So Sonic
to me.
Robo Blast 2 Kart versus Among Us.
It matters to everybody but you.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
All right. Let's get to the next one. This one.
No, I
should
mean
be-
it doesn't matter. Like none of this matters.
Yeah.
Nothing matters. We're all gonna
As
die.
Graham-
really
as
matters
Graham always says,
to me.
It's a bracket. It's the biggest deal ever. The Yearlies
Yeah.
is really fucking important.
Yeah, we are not
Also,
debaters.
I
We
hate
are not.
Superman.
We are not debaters. We are not reviewers. We are not.
We're not
people
debaters.
who
It's
can
Jason
really.
We are masters at this.
Yeah.
We are
I-
master debaters.
We-
No.
We at the end of the day, we are entertainers. Debatably.
We are Venom. No, just kidding. We're Michael Morbius.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart versus Among Us.
I am on a drug. It's called Michael Morbius.
All right, look.
What I
I
wouldn't
want
give
to-
to see a remake of Morbius, but instead of Jared Leto, it's Charlie Sheen. Oh, please, Hollywood, do it.
All right, now
Can
guys,
we fucking do this?
I really want Among Us to win. Can you accommodate?
No.
No.
Well,
Okay. Well, I tried.
Does that count as a vote?
Everybody just goes, no. Christian.
Yeah. Sonic Robo Blast 2 cart.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 cart.
Clanky.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 cart.
Graham.
Among Us. I don't think I've ever heard of Sonic Robo Blast before today.
Well, now you learn.
We need to get a game going.
It's a thing.
Like, we need to pause this right now, get a game going, and then
You want to talk about fake
Clanky,
games?
set up the server.
No, Kyle. The last time this happened, it ended really badly.
What do you mean it ended really badly?
I'm not gonna say on recording.
Taylor, what were you voting for?
All right, can I vote for Among Us twice?
No. 'Cause you
Okay.
can't even vote for Puss once in this fucking
Yeah,
country.
exactly, yeah.
Puss is fucking banned. I'm banning the fucking Puss.
You don't get to ban Puss. We outnumber you.
Yeah, but
cannot
I
be
banned Puss
compromised.
in my
What is
heart.
this doing?
Among Us has 2 votes, and Sonic Robo Blast 2 cart has 3 votes, right?
I love everyone equally.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Among Us lost. Let's move on.
Oh.
Among Us lost
God.
3-2.
Okay, I just before we vote for this, I have like one quick little thing, like addendum to make Military Deadfire. It's probably not gonna sway anybody. It's just a really cool thing. When I said they have sea shanties, I don't mean they have sea shanties like just from our world. Obviously, they made sea shanties that would exist in this world.
I'm just
Does
gonna say.
Wandersong have
Can I
sea
ask,
shanties?
were they like uniquely written sea shanties, or are they just like cover
I
songs
believe
of
no.
like real sea
I'm
shanties? where they
pretty
change-
sure. I'm pretty sure they were original sea shanties.
Okay.
Can I one up you with that? In Wandersong, you literally have to create your own sea shanty to move the ship.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, it's over.
Yeah.
Guys, can I just
Yeah,
say?
I know. It was always going to lose to Wandersong, obviously.
Can I just say?
I mean,
I had
actually, no. I
cried.
think I'm still gonna vote for Pillars of Eternity because it seems like I'd enjoy it more. But
I
yeah,
have cried more in this Yearlies than Mick did during the Yearlies where Undertale beat Blood.
I wanted to say Overwatch, but no, Undertale. That's what it is.
Yeah. If Overwatch beat Bloodborne, then they would be angry.
Yeah,
It
then
would
I
be
think
fury.
we'd all be crying, honestly.
Yeah. Somehow, some
Okay.
way.
Wandersong versus Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Christian.
That is Wandersong.
Mick, I'm sorry, I'm just obliterated by all this.
I'm gonna vote for Pillars of Eternity. This fire is deceased. It's bereft of life. It rests in peace.
Clanky.
Wandersong.
Graham.
Sorry.
Taylor, you're the tiebreaker.
La 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 la.
Oh, so Pillars of Eternity too, right?
I assume that's
Yes.
what you do in Wondersong.
That's a vote for Puss.
Pretty much.
It's a vote for what? I didn't
Because
I didn't
you
catch
know what I've
that.
been thinking about all day is I've been thinking of Crypt of the Necrodancer and Cadence of Hyrule and the Shopkeeper that like fucking belts out melodies. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I think of when I,
I
think
thought
of
you were doing
Wondersong.
Giovanni Jones from the Bugs Bunny cartoon.
I don't know what any of those names are.
Long-haired
Isn't
hair.
it the protagonist of Part 5?
What?
Fuck, that's so funny. That's so funny, Mick. Oh man.
Whoa, was that a Steven Universe reference?
Oh my god, did this man just reference JoJo's Wacky Time?
Okay. Smash Brothers Ultimate versus Celeste. I mean, once again, come on.
Don't say it. Don't say it. It's not obvious.
It's obvious to me which game is better.
You've only played one of them.
I know, and it's the other one.
That's how it makes it pretty
Yeah.
obvious.
I played one and I hated it,
Loved
so
Puss.
Yes, I did. I still do. Christian is up first.
Celeste.
Mm-hmm. Mick.
I've played one of these games, Ultimate.
Okay. Clanky.
Can you come back to me?
Of course. Graham.
So here's the thing. I've played Smash Ultimate. I have not played Celeste. However, to me, Smash Ultimate is like a game equivalent of pizza, where yeah, I'll have and enjoy it. It's nice to like have with like friends. It's not. I really like pizza. Celeste is like a very expensive dish at a restaurant. I'm not sure I would like, but it looks very tantalizing. I'm gonna go with Celeste.
So this just in: Graham hates pizza, and Clanky isn't too
Yeah.
fond of Steven Universe.
There's Justin. There's in
Listen,
like 8
Clanky,
brackets ago.
can I just say?
Taylor.
I love Celeste.
Mm-hmm. So that's 3-1 coming back to Clanky.
It's tough, right? Because these are both really incredible games.
But one of them is the best of its own genre.
I think I'm going to give it to Celeste.
Mm-hmm. 4-1. Nino Kuni 2 versus Spider-Man. Oof.
Am I still the first vote?
Yeah.
I am Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
In real life.
You are?
No,
Yeah.
you're
Christian.
That's
Spider-Man.
crazy.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah,
I am
Christian
not a
Parker.
joke. I am Spider-Man. What the hell are we talking about? Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
The dude.
Yeah, I'm voting for Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Sorry, Nino Kuni sounds great, but yeah.
Spider-Man. Clanky.
I'm gonna give it to Nino Kuni.
Mm-hmm. Graham.
Obviously, I have to go with Spider-Man.
And Taylor?
You know, I almost want to give it Nino Kuni, so it's 3-2, but hang on. Actually, I'm pretty sure I like Spider-Man more. Just give me a second. I am absolutely not looking at a list where I rank my favorite games because I'm a little unsure. Definitely not doing that. Constantly will not bring up what games are my favorite games of all time because I can let my own thoughts speak for myself. I'm not singling anyone
Taylor,
out.
you're good.
It's Spider-Man, dog.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. 4-1 Spider-Man.
I love everyone.
This is our first yearlies since like I had my month-long vacations in July, so I'm like in a rare form.
Yeah.
You're chaotic. It's true.
I feel
Yeah.
like we're in a form where nobody is their own personality tonight.
You know.
Speak for yourself.
Well, we got less than an
Kyle, you
hour.
just got here.
Jordan has also been pretty himself, I would say.
I'm pretty myself, but I'm coughing a little bit less, so it's great.
Yeah.
Take Prilosec.
Consume.
Anyway, Taylor.
What was?
Among Us versus God of War.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. This was fun while it lasted.
I mean, if we had put Among Us in 2020 where it deserved.
Where it didn't
Came out
belong.
in 2018.
I know, but we all played it in 2020, and we need to stop pretending that.
Object
It might as well
permanence.
have released in
I-
2020.
I will be the one to say that I played it in 2019.
Oh, nice.
That's just not true.
Fucking
Okay.
But it
bastard.
Object
It is-
permanence. Object
it's-
permanence.
Clanky, 2019 doesn't exist.
Oh, right. Duh. Sorry.
Mick gets to vote first in this round.
God of War.
Okay, that's simple. Clanky.
Is it fucked if I give it to Among Us?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Alright, I'm giving it to Among Us.
Really funny.
Okay, good. Graham.
God of War.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, it's God of War.
And
I love Among Us.
Christian.
It do be God of War.
4-1. Sorry, Among Us. Among Us has been eliminated.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Among Us has been found to be an imposter.
Yep.
No one was able to play
How many
Among Us
games
again.
remain?
I
just saw
have
Among
no
Us, man.
idea. And we have to add. Do you have to add the imaginary game you guys made up to the counts of how many games were
Christian, I'm going to
eliminated?
strangle
You're the
you
only one
after
here
this.
who actually knows what the fuck puss is.
That makes it better. That I don't
Yeah,
think
Chris
it's
is,
You
real.
could've
Chris
just
is
made it
something
up.
of a puss expert.
Yeah. Despite the fact that I fucking hate puss.
Oh. Pillars of Eternity 2. Deadfire
Did
versus
we really not do this one yet?
Hitman 2.
We didn't do this
Pikmin 2,
one.
Hitman 2. No.
Okay.
Mick? Well,
Hitman 2.
yeah.
I'm playing it right now.
You are. Clanky.
Wow.
Hitman.
Mm-hmm. Graham.
Hitman.
Ooh. Taylor.
I'm gonna say A7. Oh, what's that? It's a hit.
Man.
Clever. Christian.
I already typed in a 0 for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Hope that's not BM.
No, it's HB. It's HB.
Yeah, HP.
That was 3 hours ago at this fucking rate. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate versus Kirby Star
All right, you can go
Allies.
ahead and give Kirby a 0, right?
Yeah, I could probably do that,
Unless
honestly.
someone invents another fucking game and you know.
Yeah. Do we just want? Is there? Well, to cut
Anyone-
down on
I feel like
time.
you might be underestimating how much some people here
Well,
might fucking
let's-
hate Smash Ultimate.
Let's see how this goes.
Well, you're not voting, Kyle. So
No, not me. Maybe he's like someone else. I don't know.
Mick.
I'm just
Nick
not-
does not hate Smash more than he hates Star Allies, and he does not hate Smash.
I have no opinion on Star Allies, and all I have to go on as far as Smash is concerned is Kyle's opinions.
Nick, we have played Smash for hours.
Yeah, but that's not enough. Yeah, no. Okay, that's not enough to develop an opinion on a game on the game's quality, though. Amount of time spent does not equal quality.
We're off that bit. We played Smash together for hours. You have a main. You have a stage.
I
You
have
like
a
to
main
play on.
in every Smash game.
It's the same one,
It's
if
the
you'll
whole
It's
recall.
the same main.
I don't even know
Who do
why
you
we're
play
having
as in
this
Smash?
conversation. I feel
King
like this.
DDD.
I feel like this is
What
just.
about in Melee?
King DDD.
Oh, okay,
Finds a
fair.
Nick,
Life
you're voting
finds a
right?
way.
So
either Dr. Mario or Jigglypuff.
Okay.
Actually, I remember you play Young Link too.
Yeah, that's true. I did play Young Link a lot.
Young Link is dope. I don't know why we're having this conversation.
I don't know.
What do you vote for, Mick?
Why don't we just sum up and say that Melee is better than every game here?
Yeah,
I'll agree
yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
I can agree to that. I can agree to
I
that.
can't.
Sorry,
I like
Clanky.
Brawl.
That's fair.
Brawl's good. Brawl's third best. Out of games
Brawl's pretty alright.
out of games ever made, Brawl is third best game ever made. So,
All right, are
Brawl
we?
is
All right.
probably the most game that has ever been made.
Mick, who are you
So
voting
you
for?
want to knock off Star Allies and just replace it with every other Smash game?
No,
But then
I'll vote for
Ultimate
Star
loses.
Allies.
Okay, let's fucking vote.
Wait, are you
we only
actually
have
voting for
40
Star
minutes.
Allies?
We only have
Fuck
40
it.
minutes.
Yeah, you convinced me.
What do you mean? I convinced you?
I had to type
Okay.
it.
Guys,
I was gonna
seriously?
vote for Smash, and then you gave me a hard time.
Stop
We
it.
have
No,
we have
Did he
40
just
minutes
hiss?
left.
Nick,
Taylor,
you gotta,
Taylor,
doesn't
stop.
matter.
It doesn't matter.
it
We have
matters.
to keep move on. We have no Taylor. It doesn't.
Nick
We
is
have to
being a
move on. We
silly
have 40
boy.
minutes. We
I-
are all
He can be as
boys.
silly as he wants to be. He can be as
Yes,
silly as he
Graham,
wants.
we have 40 minutes. In other words, we have plenty of time.
He can be
I-
as
No,
silly
we-
as he wants.
No, we don't.
Clanky, it is your vote.
It's gonna be Smash.
Okay.
Mhm.
Graham.
It's going to be Smash.
Mm-hmm. Taylor.
What if I refuse to vote until Nick votes for Ultimate?
No.
Then that would
no.
be childish.
Then it's gonna be
Nick?
like
Let's just say that Mick has voted for Puss, okay?
All right, fine. I accept that. Ultimate.
No, Mick voted for Star Allies.
Christian, shut the fuck up and vote.
Mick voted for Star. Mick, what's your vote? What's your vote,
Christian.
Mick?
Star Allies.
Christian.
Star Allies,
Oh.
and I vote for Smash Ultimate, so it's 4-1 Smash Ultimate.
Oh,
One
he's
way or
gonna
another-
break him.
Because
One way or
Taylor
another, this is-
talked, I'm voting for the other thing.
One way or another, this is gonna be the last Yearlies.
This is the last one. We're fucking done.
Oh man.
What run we had. This is gonna be so much fun to edit.
Don't I know it?
Oh, I
Editors
do
are
love you
great.
all.
I think this is probably the most running gags we've ever had.
We
I
had a
cried
month to
so
build
many
them up.
tears.
Yeah.
Nino Kuni 2 versus Red Dead Redemption 2.
Guys, I really want Nino Kuni 2 to win.
I know.
Red Dead Redemption
Sure.
2.
Kyle, you're not voting.
Mick.
Is my go first?
Mhm.
Then Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Clanky.
Nino Kuni.
Okay. Graham.
May I stand unshaken?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going for Red
Yeah.
Dead 2.
Taylor.
I'm voting for Nino Kuni 2. Christian.
Don't tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do.
Christian. Vote for Puss.
Christian,
Puss isn't
mute
real,
Taylor.
and I'm voting for
Fuck you.
Nino Kuni.
Ooh.
Good, because I said Red Dead Redemption and I kind of second guessed myself.
Round
Yeah,
3 has us continue with the losers bracket. So
Oh, yeah.
we're going Hitman 2 versus God of War. It would start with Clanky.
Oh God. Of War. No, I'm.
I was thinking the same thing.
I think, despite the funny joke, I do have to give it to Hitman 2. I
Of
at
War.
least can say I own Hitman 2.
Funny joke. Okay. Graham.
Out of War.
Oi. Taylor.
I think there's a. I haven't played Hitman 2. and I'm sure I'm gonna rile mixed feathers when I say that I feel like God of War probably has a bit more polish.
No, I might agree with that, and
Okay.
I'm honestly kind of I don't know. I'm glad I'm not going first because I'm actually struggling internally right now.
Oh damn.
Okay, well I vote for God of War then.
Okay. Christian.
Mick, I'm about to make your life a whole lot harder, and I'm gonna vote for Hitman 2.
It is down to you, Mick.
Yeah, I don't know why you thought it was a bad thing to be going first.
Mick, to be fair, you did literally say that Hitman 2 is one of your favorite games of all time, and you did not share that. Or, I don't know
You're
if you shared
literally
that.
Yeah, but
playing
God
it
of War.
right now.
You didn't
you
necessarily
are
say it.
you are also crazy into lore, and you just sat there and described all the great ways God of War does its lore.
I know. Don't remind me.
Mick, I did love all the streams you did when you would always just explain to me why was it Miami was the best level.
Is that really all I did? Just talked about my
Yeah, and then you would go around and you would just explore the level, shoot the fish tanks, like you would just do all this stuff just to show me, like it felt like you were walking me through an
And yet
amusement
God of
park.
War is still somehow more fun.
Dad of boy.
So that's the thing. I actually do. I think Hitman 2 is more fun.
But
I just think that.
But like, what's the better game point?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I. Oh,
I mean, I don't really have a say.
If it's not
play that.
fun, why bother?
Remember in Hitman 2 when you
All right,
dress
I
up
think
as
we all
Silly Flamingo?
I think we all went.
I'm
toe-to-toe.
dressed as Silly Flamingo right now.
So I think you know what the answer is, Mick.
guys,
No, I know what I'm doing.
Fair enough.
I'm voting for God of War.
what?
Wow.
God of War
And
is such a favorite game.
let me be clear why. Because as much as I love Hitman 2, I love Hitman 2. God of War is a better game.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Betrayal.
That's a big one.
He's playing Hitman 2 right now, so I really didn't see it going this way.
Neither do I, and I kind of regret saying this now.
Well,
but
I
no,
didn't submit the scores yet, and you are the last vote.
Hang on, that's not fair.
But I'm about to
Yeah, you
submit the
said,
scores
hold on. You said I couldn't change my vote when we did the
because
Puss versus...
because three people
Clanky, let me have this.
voted after you, Clanky. That's why.
Christian, he voted for God
Fair
of War.
enough.
The bracket's over.
All right.
No, hang on. I'm not sure. Oh.
Submit it, Christian.
I'm gonna submit it in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, submit.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
You know, Kuni 2 versus Super Smash also.
I don't think 3 seconds was nearly enough.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't,
I'm
but
gonna-
He had way more than that, though.
yeah, most
Yeah.
people don't get more
I
than 3
think
seconds
you
in the
just
votes.
voted for Taylor and Clanky again.
So it's not a tough decision for me, but
I know who I'm voting for.
Okay. It is Clanky's turn first.
Smash Ultimate.
Okay. Graham.
Ash.
Okay. Taylor.
well, Kuni too. It's been a really, really good time, and I'm glad I got to talk about you at all.
Christian.
With much love and respect to Ni no Kuni 2, a game I will absolutely play one day, I will vote for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
And Mick.
Unicorn 2.
Wow.
Really?
Wow. It was close. Okay. Celeste versus Spider-Man.
When we're
Sorry.
talking momentum here,
Hmm.
Celeste I think Celeste still does it better. And Spider-Man, I was just saying how Spider-Man has the best flow, but I think actually Celeste has better flow in its level design. Because like in Spider-Man, you just swing around and like it's great, but you just swing for the sake of I don't know, man. I don't want to diss Spider-Man to praise Celeste because I love both of these.
That's exactly what you were doing.
That's why I'm stopping. And
Yeah.
I know what I'm voting for, and you guys vote for what you want.
I would like
Okay.
to talk about Celeste for a brief moment, because I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Because Celeste was on my entries. It was number 1 on my list actually as well. So, it is my top contender for this list right now. And Celeste is the kind of game that more than anything makes you feel like you're good at video games. Like it's one of those things where you can fall into like this almost hypnotism when you're going through a particularly difficult challenge and you're just pressing inputs like a computer. You're like a computer, and you're just going through all of these inputs. Stop all the downloading.
This game has a wave dash.
And like, I don't particularly like the wave dash, but I still like this game. And it has so many unique mechanics that all flow into each other so well, to the point where sometimes you're like, there's like levels where you're barely on the ground and you're just flying through the fucking air. And it's like, you can do that as Spider-Man, but Spider-Man has a rope at least, and he's not surrounded by tunnels of spikes when he's doing it.
Rope?
Well, he has a web.
He has webs.
What?
Same thing.
Imagine if Spider-Man, like the organic Spider-Man, had like an actual rope come out of his arm. Like, that would be rough. Anyway,
Spider-Man uses a lasso.
Celeste was a game that came to me at a very dark time in my life that really helped give me, both in gameplay and in story, something that I definitely needed. And I think that's what's important about Celeste and why it's one of my favorite games ever made.
The rewarding gameplay element, like, yeah, that's a good point.
Is it better than Spider-Man?
Does it make you feel like Spider-Man?
No.
With all the exaggerated swagger.
Listen, I don't know if you guys noticed, but in that statement, Christian said Celeste. He almost said Celeste made me feel like Spider-Man.
It makes you feel like a god, but it doesn't make you feel like Spider-Man.
Only one game can make you feel like Spider-Man.
Celeste makes you feel like Madeline.
Yeah.
And Madeline is pretty cool.
All right, we should get.
But
to
is
the
it cooler than Spider-Man?
All right, Kyle.
No.
I'm just here to cause banter.
Yeah, and it's working.
You can banter after the vote.
Clanky goes first.
I do. I'm voting for Celeste.
Mm-hmm. Graham. Mm-hmm. Taylor.
Celeste.
Christian.
Celeste.
And Mick.
I really want to vote for Hitman 2 now. Listen, this is one of these things where if I did vote for Hitman 2, I would be regretting not voting for every God of War.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing it is, you know, when the vote's that close.
Because, like, I love them both, but for I think I might love them equally, but for two opposite reasons.
Yeah. So.
And Chaos Theory would be really fun right about now.
I don't know what that means.
Looking into the other timeline.
Oh, okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but for this, Spider-Man.
Yeah. Okay. Close.
So Spider-Man wins?
Nope,
No,
Celeste.
Celeste.
This one.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart versus Wandersong.
Oh no.
This might be the hardest vote on the bracket for
That's
me.
so weird, though.
What is
And that's not criticism. That's just like, it's so weird to think that this combination of games could ever be the most difficult decision on any bracket.
Yeah, like Hitman 2, God of War, you can see that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like with Hitman 2 and God of War and Spider-Man, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But like Wandersong and Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
Truly a titanic battle of epic proportions.
They are two incredible games. I really don't know how to put it any other way.
And you're the first vote, I think.
Oh, no, I'm not. You need to skip me.
Okay, then. Graham.
Wandersong.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, I think Wandersong.
Wow, Christian.
I knew it was going to come down to this. Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
Mick.
I mean, one of these games has led me to meet one of my best friends ever, Clanky. And I just hope he'll be able to show the same...
God damn it.
You asshole!
No. I'm not trying to be an asshole to win this. I want to make Clanky feel bad no matter what he picks.
Oh my god.
Fucking, I like to talk about Smash a little bit. You know what? Because Taylor was annoying, I'm going to vote for the other one.
Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna... Yeah, so Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
And it's down to Clanky.
Look, Wandersong is just such a good story, and it's the only game that I, like, really, truly felt nothing but pure happiness after playing.
But is it an amazing kart race?
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart fills me with rage, but it's like the good kind of rage. Oh man.
We didn't even bring up most of the mods that we used for this
because
game.
we can't really talk.
Yeah,
about
we
them.
can't really talk about them. But...
You could play Wandersong in Sonic Robo Blast 2, Kart.
Okay, alright, okay. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna...
Time trial races. Time trial racing.
Sonic. I'm gonna give it to Sonic. I regret saying... Oh, man. I regret saying that.
This
Okay,
is
it's Sonic. We're doing
3,
Sonic.
2, 1. Submit
Sonic.
scores.
Okay, we go back to the losers
Fuck
bracket.
is this bracket?
It's chaos. Chaos. All right, we go right to the losers bracket. Wandersong versus Smash Ultimate. Okay. Now the voting order has changed. And Ram first.
Match Ultimate.
Okay. Taylor.
Yeah, Smash.
Okay, Christian.
Oh, this fucking hurts. Oh no. Oh.
This isn't how I wanted Wandersong to go, honestly.
Oh god, no, no.
You can do whatever the hell you want.
I can
Taylor,
do it.
I feel that.
If I just vote for Wandersong, then all of this will go away.
Yeah.
Are you positive?
I don't know. Skip me. Just skip me. I mean,
Nick.
I think I know where this is going, but skip me.
Nick.
Wandersong.
Clanky.
I'm giving it to Wandersong.
Will it go away?
Why am I
Okay,
having so much
Christian,
misery?
let me ask you a question.
Kyle, give him the space he needs.
I have so much
Okay,
misery.
but let me ask him a question.
Give him
What's
the
your
space.
question?
If you had the option, let's say you had a free weekend, literally like your ideal situation, maybe you can invite some friends, you could do whatever you wanted. You had the opportunity to experience Wandersong again, knowing it would be as good like the first time.
I never played
How-
Wandersong.
Oh, you never played Wandersong? Wait,
Nope.
what is this about? Why is this so confusing?
Because
Because
Wandersong
Christian
looks
is
fucking
Christian is-
amazing.
Christian is very sold by ideas. He is
What?
the kind of guy who will vote for GTA 5 because Rooster Teeth can fucking do heists.
That is an old gag. That is
Well,
an old
I just
gag.
re-
But
heard
is it
it, and I'm-
accurate, Christian?
It is not entirely accurate. I explained several times, but the gag will not allow me to not be the butt of its gag. So, and I respect that. I respect the gag. But I am aware of
What
I
has sold you so much about Wandersong that this is a difficult decision?
I don't know. It just
Because
looks.
it's so good because it's so good.
I watched
There's
the
no other way
trailers.
to describe it.
I watched
Okay.
the trailers and it looks amazing.
Not Clanky. To be fair, it probably is so good, and then 6 hours or so happen, and then it's over forever.
I've decided
Okay, it's the perfect length for a game.
that is the perfect length for a game, but I have decided.
Also, Taylor,
I have
didn't
decided.
you just say earlier how much you hated games that go on?
I said that's not what I said. I think what I was talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 versus A Way Out, and I was thinking in regards to how Red Dead Redemption 2 I feel like overstays its welcome through arbitrarily lengthening its game.
Oh, like Steven Universe.
Yes,
Well, yeah,
so
that's-
true.
That show Clanky hates.
I hate it.
Wait, we did this already.
Well, let's
Wait.
do it again.
Wait, we did this already.
Oh, you voted for Smash. I didn't see that. Spider-Man
Spider-Man
versus
versus
Puss.
Godzilla.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Taylor.
Yeah, it's still Spider-Man.
Christian.
Still Spider-Man.
Mick. This
God
is
of
what you
War.
saved it for. And Clanky.
God of War.
Can I ask,
3-2 Spider-Man.
would Hitman 2 have lost to Spider-Man?
I would have voted for Spider-Man.
I would have voted for Spider-Man.
I would have voted for Hitman.
Christian.
Don't no. You don't want to hear my answer.
Okay.
Well, for posterity. Yeah.
If you had voted for Hitman, I would have had a similar difficulty. I probably would have voted for Hitman 2, but I think Smash Ultimate would have beaten Hitman 2. And to be fair,
Oof.
I'd rather kill off Hitman 2 on my own than let it lose to Super Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I am so happy with this.
I never
This is our top
understand
4.
how, like, every Yearlies, we come in and, like, there's this game that, like, I know, like, I've had a conversation with Mick, and then Mick comes in, he's like, oh, God, you don't know shit about how happy I am that this game isn't winning. Like, gods and pussies don't know how much I hate this game.
What the hell are you talking about?
Every year, you have that game that, like, You
Oh yeah,
just
no. I do have that game, and it already lost, and I'm so happy.
Oh God. All right.
Yeah.
Do we do
It just comes out of
losers first and then
nowhere.
the real one?
I do want to point out that we are in these are the top 4 games: Sonic Robo
Yeah.
Blast 2 Kart, Celeste, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and Spider-Man. I couldn't be happier with this top 4. Honestly, this is the best top
Wow.
4 I think I've seen in a year.
I did
in a
not
long
think
time.
Smash Ultimate would be here.
If I look at it as a top 6, I'm happier.
Top 6 that includes
Same.
Wandersong and
Yeah.
and God of
And
War.
God of War.
Yeah,
Right. Do we do Celeste and Sonic, or do we do?
we do losers first. So
Okay, fine. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate versus Spider. Ooh.
Who's going first?
I think it's still Graham, right?
Spider-Man.
Okay. Taylor.
I was gonna do a bit, but it's Spider-Man.
Christian.
well, Smash Brothers, you came far. Everyone expected you to.
I didn't.
Neither did I.
Neither did I.
Okay. Mick.
Spider-Man.
And Clanky.
Smash Brothers.
Okay. Spider-Man.
Wait,
makes it.
Christian, did you vote?
Yeah, I voted for
Who'd you
Smash
vote?
Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart versus Celeste.
All right, guys.
I'm actually surprised. I thought
We've had a good night. We've had fun. We've shared a couple laughs, a couple yucks.
A couple.
Eller, I've already killed Wandersong. Don't think I'll hesitate.
Spoken like a true
man
man.
on a mission.
If I had to kill Wandersong to get SRB2K here, god damn it, I needed to win.
You're a funny guy, Sully. I'll kill you last.
It's amazing how easy murder gets the more you do it.
Yeah.
When I told you I'd kill you last,
I lied.
I lied.
There is, listen, everything. If I say anything nice about Celeste, you guys are just gonna say, "Well, you can do that too in Robo Blast Kart," and I'm just,
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
you
wanna
can. It's because it's
Can
true.
we start a family in RoboQuest Kart?
it's.
Pretty sure there's a mod that lets you wave dash in Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
They added Knuckles Chaotix gameplay to Robo Blast 2.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Is he another way?
Stupid shame.
I still have the recording of that.
Oh, we need to play that again. Oh.
Okay, set up a server.
Alright,
also-
yeah, give me a
Alright.
sec.
You can also mod Celeste, just FYI, if we're going that direction, and you can have infinite Celeste levels, and Celeste is great, and I love
Can
Celeste.
it be a cool, fun racing
Shut up,
game? Okay, I'm sorry.
Should we get to the?
I'm ready.
Okay. It's still Graham.
Celeste.
Mm-hmm. Taylor.
Celeste.
Mm-hmm. Christian.
Come back to me.
Okay. Mick.
Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart.
Clanky.
SRB2K?
Alright, so I did that because I didn't want to be...
Every time someone says "come back to me," it's always gonna end up being that's the person that ends up being the tiebreaker.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've been decided. I already know what I'm voting for, and I know what I was voting for the whole time. I just didn't want to be the one to do it, because with games as good as Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart and Celeste, it becomes a numbers game because they're in my top 75. Well, more specifically, Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart is in my top 75. Celeste is in my top 20.
Ooh.
Because of that, Celeste takes my vote.
Wow.
Damn.
Wouldn't
Well-
it be funny if you just chose Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart for the
It would be hilarious.
I thought you were gonna do your old bit where you chose Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart because it's the second one and there's a 2 in it.
That's what I wanted to do with Hitman.
So Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart versus Spider-Man.
Now here's where I hope it comes back. Here's where I hope it
No,
comes back.
It's not beating Spider-Man, Christian. You lost your chance.
I know.
I mean, it could.
It's been 4, but do we switch it the order again?
No, Celeste is gonna win, damn it.
Okay. Taylor.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man. This is a song, it's Spider-Man.
Christian.
SRB2K in 3rd or 2nd place? Can't complain.
Mick.
I wish a game I liked would win one of these.
You don't like Stanley Parable?
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind, I'm fine.
Yeah.
All right, I'm over it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair
I don't
enough.
understand how
Fair
in this
enough.
group I never get my way. You
Yeah.
always get your way. I'll consent to that if you give me the ring.
I
What
forget
is that
that.
from?
Big
Mick,
Bang
did you vote
Theory.
for something?
Spider-Man.
Okay.
Yep, there it goes.
Clanky.
SRB 2K.
Graham.
I have to give it to my favorite adaptation of my second favorite comic book character.
Sonic Robo.
And so the final is a matchup we have already had.
But it's
Celeste versus
Spider-Man, right, Graham?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, it is Celeste versus Spider-Man again.
Oh, I did a
Is
double round
anyone's
again by
mind
accident.
going to change? Does
Should
anyone
we
ever
done?
change their mind?
Okay.
Yeah, we did Celeste versus Spider-Man before, but come on.
All right. We're just gonna go. I'm just gonna go one by one. Taylor, still voting Celeste.
Guys, great final two. These are my actual two favorite games of 2018. I couldn't be happier.
If you
Ooh,
played
my
Sonic
God.
Robo Blast 2 card with us, it actually could be.
It probably would. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I
I'm
mean,
not saying I would not have fun with it. I'm saying I will always pick single player over multiplayer.
That's kind of sad.
well, I
it's
mean, it's a
not really-
preference. It's kind of a
it's
preference.
He
You know,
doesn't have
there's just certain
friends.
things I just get more value out of playing by myself. That's neither here nor there. Celeste is platforming perfection, and I think about it all the time, and I miss it when it's not around, and I love Celeste.
Of course.
Well, if
Christian.
you love Celeste so much, why don't you just marry Celeste?
Celeste is. Give me 1 second, because I realized I have not been particular
But
enough.
Celeste doesn't have Mr. Negative in it.
No.
Celeste
From fucking
doesn't
Mother
have
3?
pictures
What are
of
you talking
Spider-Man.
about?
J.
Well,
J.
it-
Jonah
it-
Jameson.
Actually,
Celeste can't have J. Jonah
actually,
Jameson.
Mick, it does. We call that character part of you.
So true.
So true.
And I'm not saying you, Mick. I'm saying there's a character named part of you.
By the way, Celeste is my 19th favorite game of all time. So I'm going with Celeste.
Okay.
That's not very good.
Mick.
Spider-Man. He does whatever a spider can.
Clanky.
It's gonna be Celeste.
And
Love
Graham.
to see it.
The final vote ends with my favorite Spider-Man villain. This game has Electro in it. It's gotta go Spider-Man.
No, I knew that.
Okay.
All right, it's
3 to 2.
Celeste and
Celeste
Spider-Man.
beats Spider-Man, which means the winner of the
Did you say
2018.
please Kylo Ren?
It beats Spider-Man, which means the winner of the 2018 Yearlies is Puss.
I will expect Element again to make your imaginary game come to reality.
Guys,
Christian, I'm gonna kill
guys, what an excellent bracket.
you. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that was incredible.
Oh, what a great Yearlies. And
It started out pretty great. It started out pretty great. Kind of teetered off the end there.
No, this is the best one we've ever done.
I'm
I'm
excited to
listening
see where
for
this
the
is
full-
going when we look back on it.
Oh, I'm gonna have
Are
so
we
much
gonna
fun
do a
editing this.
finals where we compare every single game?
Yeah.
Once we do 16 years, we're gonna do something like that.
I think we're gonna go. I think we might go beyond that. Actually, the bracket might be bigger.
Okay, so we need to make it a. Well, I was thinking we go down to 1998, but that's just me.
We have to go back to the first year video games were created. What was the best game of the year?
Oh,
Destroy.
What's the best?
Can I just say, I would love to spend like 6 yearlies talking about nothing but different versions of table tennis. Like, you don't understand how much I want to do that.
That sounds fucking great. I want to talk about
What about
the.
the table tennis where you can apply like whatever kind of like sheet to your TV screen?
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
It look like...
Yeah,
Yes.
the Magnavox Odyssey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the recording. By
Wait,
the way.
Chris, wait before you stop the recording.
Okay.
I just want to say, for those who have been listening for the full 3 hours, thank you so much for sticking with us. We hope you enjoyed the 2018 Yearlies. There's probably some links to some other Yearlies. Please watch them. We'll be back with more 2019 Yearlies and other stuff. Thanks so much for watching, and take care.
Remember
I
to
had
like,
to
comment, and subscribe. Yeah, let's do it. Smash that like button.
I assume everyone
Remember
said
to hit that
goodbye.
Tickle those
I'm gonna-
comments and
I'm
give
gonna
that thumbs up a big
I'm gonna
high
fucking
five.
try to treat us
Keep
like a YouTube
circulating the
channel.
tapes, folks.
Please flangulate the like button and really dimulate the subscribe
Alright.
button.